I am completely happy with a platonic relationship.
Noise! Hooray! We have sound.
Noise.
To be honest, you now actually look like you're lazing.
Who, me?
Hooray!
Yeah, you're in sweats.
Is this working now?
Yeah, I went to the gym.
TK
and then I
returns
came
to
here,
his former place.
and I could not be bothered to put on my tight work clothes.
You actually went to the gym?
Yes, I went to the gym.
Had you?
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, mark this in the
Required to reach
calendar.
forth into
Alex has
holding
started
the
going to the gym. How
Right.
long do you think he'll last?
Again.
I'm going to have to refresh the YouTube page, aren't I?
But I'm not a hipster. Bear in mind, I have turned down pizza from Hedgie, so I'm making progress.
There we go.
Hooray!
Yeah, it's a solid minute delay.
Wow.
Quick test.
You now actually
Yeah.
look like you're lazing.
Wow.
Whoa, that is
Hang on,
bad.
hang on.
Hooray!
Sweats.
Is this
now.
working?
Yeah, I
Amazing
went to the
relaxing.
gym.
TK
and then I came
returns to
here,
his former place.
and I could not be bothered to put
Fuck
on
that
my
chair as well.
tight
Yeah.
work clothes.
Can you not hear something?
What's that?
Yes, I went to the gym.
Oh, no, there is. Damn it.
But the hiss.
Yeah.
You thought that we
I
got
thought
rid
it
of
was
the hiss.
gone. But no.
Unfortunately,
It's still there.
we cannot escape from such a thing.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so welcome to TigerTails Radio, Episode 8, Season 27. We break shit in the first 20 minutes.
Yep.
We haven't even been on for all of those 20 minutes as
That's
well,
true. That's true.
listeners.
We've been on for about 5. Actually, technically, we've been on for nothing because we didn't have any sound.
Well, only for the YouTube stream.
Yes.
For those listening to the podcast or listening to the live radio stream, you are completely unaffected by all this. And are now wondering, what the fuck?
We apologize to have a break in our usual schedule.
We don't need to
programming.
apologise. We don't
said
charge
scheduled.
people for
Okay.
this.
I
We don't
did.
charge people for this. We have nothing to apologise for.
We have everything to apologise for, but that's another story.
You just assumed that I said scheduled.
Well,
How
I thought I
dare
heard a hard
you?
say I wasn't listening to my headphones.
How dare you?
Oh,
There
God.
we go. How's that?
Oh,
That's
ow.
something you can apologise for, Hedge.
I never apologise for you.
I apologise for you all the time.
That's because you're embarrassed by my awesomeness.
Awesomeness is a word.
Yes, it is.
Why don't
There
we
are
go
lots
with
of
that?
others, yeah.
If marvelousness is a word, then awesomeness is a word.
Awesomeness is most likely a word. It's
Yeah.
just you attribute your to it.
Yes, I have awesomeness.
Loneliness is also a word.
There are people who desire my awesomeness, but will never have it.
Anyway, so Felix,
Like
how was your
women.
week? Do you need
Sorry,
an
my
adult in
brain's still reeling. Really.
Sorry. Are we trying to change the subject here, Pete? You know that's not allowed.
there? We were starting to talk about people wanting Hedgie's awesomeness, so I
Yes.
thought I'd segue to Felix.
Why?
Fetus wants my awesomeness.
Is that what you're trying to infer?
I-
And people wonder why I smoke.
Oh,
Wait,
so many in the
Felis,
show.
we talk about Hedgie's awesome, Felis wanting it, then Felis turns around and says dicks.
I am not a part of this group.
Oh no, too late. You're associated with us now.
To
Yeah,
all
guilty by-
FBI agents, I am forced here of my own
Free will.
free will.
Free will.
That's
Guilty by association. You cannot escape.
Tarred with the same brush.
We
as
have
phrases.
video evidence going back years.
Yeah, and it's got your name on it as well. So.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the actual webcam feed of the main two is really high quality compared to the shitty iToy camera. I've
Yeah,
never noticed the
yeah.
disparity between the two before, but now it
No
really...
toy has lasted this long. That's what surprises me.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, the studio lights, not the kind of main light, but the actual proper studio lighting we've got installed now for temporary measures, really does bring out that camera really well.
We should use it more often.
I'm half tempted to keep it, actually.
Who'd have thought putting a good light in that room would actually brighten shit up?
Yes.
Also, plain wall in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
works.
the camera position now. I can't be asked to change that now. Fuck everything.
Yeah.
We
Pretty
so
much.
need like a banner or something like space for rent.
I've got the website up there. I can make it bigger, I suppose.
You could.
Actually, I know what I can put in there. Hang on.
Oh God, here we
Give
go.
me ideas
you
now.
doing?
Fuck
Oh
everything.
no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's not like we got.
Oh no! He's
radio
going to do
show.
something physical, not something metaphysical.
Oh yeah, just bring that.
The Hedgie.
Yeah.
Your week,
Whoop.
how has it been?
My week has been quite well. I'm on my 4th day off of 6, so I've been doing singing lessons and keyboard lessons.
And that is all you have been doing?
Yes, pretty much. Apart from ordering food
And working.
and working.
But 4
For the
days
money
off.
for lessons and food.
Yes.
Oh, working.
Yes.
He's a working guy.
I am a working guy.
And a confirmed bachelor.
Right.
Yes.
Because he's a working guy?
Technically, I'm sort of
Mm.
gay married to TK without a certificate. Yeah.
Civil partnership.
No.
No, they
actual
swear at each
marriage
other all the
now.
time.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Uh,
I just realized
turn the
how
volume back
much
down on
the
this.
pops go on Edgy's microphone.
I don't have a pop shield. I do it
No.
with my hand, but then...
Peter Puppet picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Would you like my pop shield?
No, I'm good, thanks. Besides, that's my pop shield anyway. I can take it back anytime I like.
Well, take it then. I don't
own
want
it.
it.
You have to talk from the side. Puh, 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 puh.
Pick up
Which
a
is
penguin.
great for a mic that doesn't really do talking from the side too well.
Yeah.
Exactly. So take the pop card and I can get through without it.
So I'll be fine.
Alex, then, how was your week?
My week? My week has been beyond what you could imagine, my friend.
You were at work, weren't you?
I was at work. The dreaded cigarettes came at us in the numbers. The workload lessened.
Yes, he works for the Bat.
Everybody who listens probably knows this by now.
I find that if you have a bat, most people are willing to work for you, really.
Yeah, bats are awesome. They force people to give you money.
He is the Batman.
All go around the streets of Gotham inflicting justice. Yeah.
Have you seen there's a new series coming out of Before Batman? It's Gotham City Before Batman.
I'm sure we can talk about this later.
We
Yeah,
can
Gotham.
do.
Because I'm sure these guys are going to mention it.
Are we?
Wow. Okay, Hedgie's the only one that knows about this?
Yes.
Is it TV
Anyway,
show?
what else have you been doing on this week?
Yes, do tell, do tell.
I've literally not been doing much. My weekend was spent inside. I did not want to go outside. I had no desire to go outside. I cooked, and I just
I
did
think I was
stuff.
out when you cooked.
Yeah, I socialized with my girlfriend. I did my usual
is that what
Wednesday
you call it?
meetup. Yes, Pete. And when you're an adult, you too will find out what socializing with another female friend is like.
Maybe you'll even fraternize.
I don't call
Oh.
it socialising.
Oh, really? You just skipped a dessert?
3 courses,
Well,
man.
come
Shut
on,
the
the
fuck up.
cheesecake is pretty good.
Yeah, cheesecake is lovely.
Cheesecake.
Anyway, a lot of my time has been spent playing Destiny.
Broke everybody for a brief second there, didn't it?
I played last night, the first raid.
You dick.
You say you dick, but all of it is easy except for the last boss, and I think people are like, "Oh, it's so difficult," and it's like it's not that difficult. You could compare it to an MMO dungeon, not an MMO raid. It's just that FPS players are not used to this sort of mechanics. It introduced mechanics that have never been in the game before, and people are like,
Teamwork,
yeah,
communication,
coordination.
cooperation.
And it's like I'm trying to act as a raid leader, like nobody's listening, and they only listen after they die or wipe like 5 times, and it's like, oh, okay. So you should have listened the first time, you freaking idiot. And to be fair, I didn't even know how to play this raid the first time I went through it, so I was learning. But like some of the things they did, like I basically read up the tactics as you would, and I was like, okay, so this is essentially the bread and butter of it. We'll learn as we do it, but like people don't learn. So
How many times did people run into the Gorgons?
All of the times.
A lot of times. It took us an hour to get through the maze.
Oh,
then,
Jesus.
And then we figured out that it's only a minute to get through the actual maze if you don't want to get the extra chests.
And
Yeah.
what game is this?
Destiny.
This is Destiny.
This is
Okay.
the first raid content for Destiny.
But I won't be doing this raid without at least half a party of people I can trust anymore. Because like I did that with mostly randoms, and it's just like it's like pugging in a MMO. It's just not that good.
Well, considering a party is an unassumed number, how can you have half of an unassumed
No,
number?
it's
Hedge, how can you dig half a hole?
You can't.
your regular party is limited to 3. For the raid,
Yeah,
you're limited to
for a
6.
raid, you have 6 people, and they have to be friends.
Yeah.
Really?
They have to be. They don't have to be friends. I mean, you can. There are websites. There is a website out that you can basically find a group,
But essentially, it won't matchmake.
it won't matchmake. You have to find the group
For
yourself.
reasons, yeah.
Ah.
To be fair, I can understand in this why you wouldn't want a random group of people to do this raid. But,
They,
like,
they
We'll get
want
to that
people
later, I'm
to,
sure.
build a community and do this, and they just leave out the tools for you to easily make the community needed to do the last raidy thing.
I point to WoW. Anyway, Felix, how's your week been?
I arbitrarily aged, drank wine, drank TK's wine, drank my mother's wine, drank my girlfriend's wine.
He whined all day.
So, what are you
God.
doing?
Bought a PS4. Played
You
some
bought
Destiny.
the. How do you
Hang on.
afford a PS4?
birthday.
Because
Ah.
why?
I don't
Follow the
understand
logic.
this.
He
Yeah.
drank wine. He drank wine. He drank wine. He bought a PS4.
I just woke up there in bed next to a PS4. I don't know how it got there.
It was Alex's the slut.
Ah, yes. Access PS4 has been making the
Now, that
rounds.
sounds
yeah.
less like you're actually disparaging his PS4 and actually giving him a new title.
Alex the slut.
No,
and now you have to
sorry.
make that character in Soul Calibur.
Oh God.
I've
Oh, just so
upgraded
you
from
could
my
beat him.
Streetwalker title.
Yeah.
So we're
Actually,
just,
what's great, I might talk a little bit about the gaming news, is the pricings for the new little PS Vita thing has been announced. So I'll talk
A
about
new PS Vita.
that
Yeah.
thing. I'll talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
that
get
in
to
the
that.
news.
oh, that's
Okay.
a second generation.
Makes me
TV
happy in the
one, isn't
face.
there?
Makes me
Ah.
happy.
Felix, so how's the rest of your week been?
Well, the rest of the week just been
That you can
spent.
remember.
It's just been spent playing Destiny.
Wait, he said he arbitrarily aged. How old is he now? 12? 13?
He's
38.
almost 30.
I'm
Wow.
pushing 30.
Very soon he'll be out of man diapers and buying his own
No,
alcohol.
no, I believe that you are currently pushing 23.
Actually, mostly I'm pushing
Oh.
drugs onto minors, but that's a completely different story.
Don't you think miners have it hard enough? I mean, working all those hours underground for very little pay.
But when you said you arbitrarily age, surely the term arbitrate is for somebody else to help make a
No,
decision.
no. Arbitrary is different to arbitration.
Oh.
Very much so.
Yes.
And today on Hedgie
example-
Learns New Word in the English Language.
You're considered 27 the day before you turn 28, even though you actually have, 27 and 11 months, X days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your birthday is actually just arbitrary aging day.
There we go.
It's just an easy way
Or
for
the
you
day
to
you were
keep
born.
track of, how old
Okay.
you are.
Anyway, enough from Hedgie Learns the English Language. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled programs. So.
Yes, we could have done that, Hedgie, you're right.
Fine. Let's go back to the stuff we usually do.
We are
That's me or you.
avoiding all topics and bickering. That's exactly what we usually do.
That's because we've got nothing to talk.
TK's got a lot more to talk
We've
about.
got nothing to talk about in the topics, so we're just desperately filling the time. It's like Most Haunted.
Actually, you'll find that we do have lots of stuff.
Oh,
It's
no.
just you
Yeah,
keep
I
interrupting
heard somebody
Felix.
fart.
That is true. We,
Have you
we
finished,
have
Felix, or you've
segments.
still got more?
The problem is that Felix has been spending the week sleeping, playing games,
And
doing prep
masturbating.
work for other stuff, and birthdaying.
Birthday.
And then looking,
TK.
going, I'll pick up Destiny to play with other people, and most of my friends
Yeah.
are getting a PS4. Let's see what other games are coming out in the next month.
Oh,
or
nothing.
5.
Fuck.
Everything got pushed back, didn't it?
Yes.
Drunken swine.
To November, to Call of Duty Day.
Fuck November. It's NaNoWriMo month.
Whoa!
Hooray!
To October, which is Shadows of Mordor. To November,
Yes, there is
which
Shadows of
is
Mordor.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Should we go to the gaming news then before we
You
start
mean I
doing it
can't
all
believe
up
it's not
before the
started?
jingle?
We still got 2 people who've not done their weeks.
Yes, they have.
I've done my week.
Yeah.
And Felix has done his week.
Well, I've done.
Had you done his while you were like busy, I
Yeah.
don't know,
Thinging.
socializing with women?
So yeah, all the people have done theirs. Now it's just the weird ones.
It is just Hedgie and you.
But
Give them
Hedge,
tea,
you've
just
already
me.
gone.
Oh yes, I have. Sorry.
I mean, it's just
Remember when you guys used to
TK.
tell me that I was one of the weird ones?
yes.
I
Now
like-
we've accepted you.
I like being one of the weird
Turns
ones.
out I wasn't weird at all. I was just a limited edition.
Dear God.
I'm beyond warranty.
Yes, yes, you are. God, yes.
Something.
Uh,
Right,
yeah,
shall I
sounds
go
good,
next?
Dax.
Because
It
you got
doesn't
more
apply
to talk
to him
about.
anymore.
I don't have that much more to talk about, Pete.
You got trains. You got lots to talk about. Right, so my
What did he
weekend
like?
has also mostly been filled with work, same as Alex's. I've also been mostly been doing Destiny a lot.
Oh my.
Until
Now
you,
that sounds like an innuendo.
until
I've
you
been doing Destiny. Really?
Would you like me to give you
Does
one?
your lady friend know about Destiny?
Shut up.
And Candy with an eye.
It's when you sit there reading the Destiny forum at work. That's when you know
Candy
you've got
with an eye.
Yes.
I'd hope Candy would have eyes, otherwise that's not cool, dude.
no.
Does
She-
distinguish between regular candy
No.
and the other kind of candy.
Candy
So
with
you-
an eye appeals to the fetishists
So
who like
you-
eye patches.
You mean it's Candy with an eye to differentiate between the type you put in your mouth
Oh,
And
you-
And the type who
Sweeties.
puts you in her mouth.
Oh.
And to differentiate between candy with an eye and eye
Sweeties.
candy.
Yeah. Happy birthday
Yes,
to
one of-
you.
One of them is an
Yeah.
Apple product coming
Tell
about
me.
soon.
I wonder how long people would queue for eye candy.
Eye candy.
Well, if you go to Amsterdam,
Oh.
Well, then it comes to you. You don't need to queue.
Actually, saying eye candy, the thing that's being touted about the offering 6 ads, it's capable of console quality graphics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, which
really?
console? The Mega Drive?
Yeah, we haven't stated which one.
This isn't going to
The
be
Neo
a show that
Geo.
sticks to topic much, is it?
This
I
is
don't think
Xbox
so.
One quality graphics, Xbox One quality experience. It done bloody work.
we have Hedgie here after all.
Hello.
Yeah.
I think you'll find
So
the
that
Xbox
fucking-
One does work. But now I've exhausted my Microsoft support for the hour, so...
It wasn't even a full hour.
So yes, Pete,
Oh.
aside from women and gaming
And Destiny.
and work, how's your week been?
Week's not been too bad. It's been weird ass weather, which is annoying because it's like wake up really cold, halfway through the day really hot.
Oh, and
so
it
it's like,
smells. The weird ass smells.
If you've got an asthma, you want to see a doctor.
I'm transposing the hyphen on everything, and it's horrifying. Apparently, somebody has a posterior microclimate, and somebody has some gas problems.
They might be the same person. One could be causation.
Posterior microclimates. I like that.
I just realised we're all sober as well. Jesus.
I know. What the fuck is wrong with us?
Posterior
That's a
microclimates.
question.
Yes, it was. Pete. It's rhetorical, so you don't need to answer it.
But he will anyway.
Excuse me, sir. Your anus air conditioning seems to be offline.
The ventilation works.
No pleasure, no rapture,
I
no
think you
exquisite
need-
sin greater than central air.
I think it needs to be clean, though. It's emitting a bit of a squeak.
The filter needs changing.
Oh, God.
I'm the plumber. I'm here to inspect your filter.
I think the fan's faulty.
It's like this air conditioning system is dripping. What's going on?
Oh,
It's like serious.
Right, so Pete, the rest of your week, quickly. I don't normally advocate changing the subject, but in this instance, I'll make an exception.
This is a radio show about games.
Really?
Love games.
Fuck yeah, gaming. Without anal
So yeah, I
seepage.
spent
so
the
the
weekend
love
playing
games. My
Destiny
name is
'cause-
Peter Everdeen.
Yeah.
I'm here to get my district more dick.
I don't get it.
You said the love games, like the Hunger Games, but
Hey,
No.
talk quickly while they're trying to compliment Fetus's joke.
Well, pretty much my week was wrapped up with Destiny at the end of the week because I didn't bother coming down. Mostly because I've made the decision to stop doing roleplay for a bit because I've lost the desire to roleplay.
Burnt out.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I've tried running, I've tried playing, but I feel like it's more I have to turn up rather than want to turn up. So I'm now at that
have you
point where
tried grabbing snacks, spectating, and riffing?
Alex,
What?
can you raise your left arm and apply it to TK Venus's
Yes.
forehead? Of course.
Why would I touch there? I'm sure I want to touch a lot higher.
Forehead.
I will caress his hair.
He's only got one head.
Yeah. I accidentally sported too much gel on my hair today, so it's a keratin motor helmet right now.
Nice.
It looks
so
awfully
how was
flammable.
your week, TK?
Well, the start of my week was saying goodbye to work. I'm no longer employed by Scandia.
Wait,
What?
what?
Wait,
Fuck.
I'm now employed by Old Mutual Wealth.
Ah!
We had a name change.
A name change or a buyout?
No, a name change.
A name change.
Yep.
Oh, right.
We've had a parent company of Old Mutual for ages, and so they eventually decided to change the name to make it a big full-fledged thing.
For tax
Scandia does
reasons, you
sound
understand.
like the title for a dodgy loans company, really.
No, it's actually a FTSE 40 company.
Well, there's Scandia and there's also Scania, which is a truck company.
Yeah.
So, there is that.
There was a jokey reference made to that in one of our presentations. So,
Because I've seen trucks go past and gone, oh no, that's not. That's Scania.
yeah, that is somewhat different. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Scandia is no more.
Ooh.
So there was big celebrations today, all kind of fun and games happening at work. It was quite entertaining.
We get to have new letterhead, guys. New letterhead.
Not only that, there were competitions and prizes given out and spot prizes and everything. It was a day of celebration and event. But that was today. But yeah, last week I was saying goodbye to Scandia because I knew I wasn't going to be working there anymore due to the name change. And it's brilliant the way you're phrasing it, because I was leaving on Wednesday going, well, I'm just celebrating my last day of Scandia. And I was going, what? Shit, how come? The name change, you dickhead, is happening on Monday. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's funny when you think about it like that, isn't it? Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
I love the people I work with, they are brilliant, but sometimes a little slow on the uptake with things like that. Mind you, you didn't get it either, so I don't know if it's just me. Maybe my too high quality humour.
I was not even listening, sir.
I scared the shit out of my dad as well, because I announced that in the car on the way to the van.
Oh, no.
And he was like, what? And he was like, but that was, yeah, don't worry, I'm not fired or anything. It's just changing name.
Wait. So you tried to make the joke, but then he got really like.
No, only for a moment. Until he realised, oh, no, okay, it's not firing or anything like that. Nothing crazy. Just a name change.
Well, it's when I made the week-long joke that I had resigned my placement at the casino I work at, and only because Angel Darksong was here that TK didn't launch into a full tilt wailing on my face.
Yeah, pretty much.
With whales!
Yeah, he told me via text that it was a gag, and I let him live.
He said if Alex wasn't here to basically, be the young boy who might be upset by seeing two grown men slapping each other.
It was the graphic violence that would have been viewed.
Daddy, why are you two fighting?
Oh god, that is the most unfortunate child ever. He'd have Hedgie's hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it'd have my wit, so it's not all bad.
that's true.
Alas, Hedgie couldn't pass that gene down.
I really wouldn't call that a joke, more like a mean-spirited attack on us.
But
I'm
I
feeling
do
the
have-
need to go to a segment.
I feel that the kid would have to have Hedgie's looks, though, because I wouldn't want to curse my looks on anyone. The face for radio.
The radio
And
for face.
so you want him to look like Hedgie.
Sarkis,
I look good, thank you very much.
Refreshing taste
I've got very high
bad.
cheekbones. That's very, very sought after in males.
Apparently.
Apparently,
Yeah, and then
males seek him.
Thursday to Sunday was spent between Kidderminster, Bridgnorth, and Dudley.
Photographing trains.
And unfortunately,
Wait.
I can't hear the name Kidderminster anymore without my brain instantly going to a certain segment of
Monkey dust. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. Every
BBC
time I
is-
hear Dudley, all I hear is Dudley.
Dudley?
It's called the Black Country. It was ironic. I didn't see a single
TK.
black person up there.
Isn't that because of coal, though?
Gaming
you
news.
mean
Is he
black
the only
people are
black
scared of
person in the
coal?
country?
Alex, you saying black people are scared of
Gaming
coal?
news.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Christ,
Completely
gaming
Actually,
news.
insane.
that figures because there were no black people at the railway either.
Ah.
Oh, fuck's sake, gaming news.
Alex, what have you done? You may have discovered this.
You've-
And
It's-
now for
it-
something completely
No, I'll
different.
tell you what, the North is a weird place.
Ah,
You need to
TK,
be
I think the problem was you weren't looking on top of the trains.
And now for something completely different.
Hedgie, you're a bad person.
Oxford English.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Gaming news. Gaming news.
Yeah, you're wrong. I was looking on top of the trains. There wasn't anybody on the top, I promise. Not the ones who weren't supposed to be there anyway.
This is why I need to be down there to punch you all in the
And
head.
now for something completely different.
Wieners!
That's silly.
Actually, that's not different.
Monty Python.
Did I review that the other day?
Sorry?
Oh, the Monty Python episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Briefly.
Yes.
Did I? Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll have to do that for done and dusted. Shit. Okay.
Never
That's
mind.
my plan spoiled. Right, so I suppose we better move on to a segment.
Yes.
Let's
Gaming
do...
Hooray!
Let's do a segment. Let's surprise them by playing a different jingle. Oh, I've given away, not by saying it. Shit. Fuck y'all!
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
Oh my god, it had more wub wub.
Yes, it did. More dubstep.
People love the.
So, this is where we trawl through the internet and grab hold of various bits and pieces for you to listen to in terms of gaming news, starting with Felis and the headlines.
I haven't.
He's got a very smooth forehead.
The one time Pete remembers to do the. I really do.
That's a sidetrack there.
Why do you always assume that he's the one who has headlines? Don't look at me.
Alex, you've already said you have nothing.
I have nothing. I have a couple of news pieces that we might be able to do something
Hedgie might
with.
have had headlines.
Yeah, he's got a few laughter lines.
Oh, yeah, he has been down the usual clubs recently.
So there's Botox that's for that.
Oh, God,
Okay,
no.
so
Slap a
shall
live
we
jellyfish
start
to your
then?
face.
Shall we start then? Ultra
Yes.
Street Fighter 4 is to get a free Omega mode.
Hooray!
What?
Yep, a free Omega mode. This will give every character new attacks, and this is planned for later this year,
So
and will
now
modify all 44 characters.
So now it's Ultra Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012 Ultra fucking Omega now.
Yep.
Some fighters will retain moves that they feature in previous Street Fighter games, such as Ken Shippu, Jinrai, Kayaku, and Sagat's Tiger Raid. Others will have new abilities. Zangief, for example, will be able to combo into his command throw.
Oh shit.
This is why it's download only, because the title will not fit on the box.
Alex, you're banned from playing Zangief anymore.
What?
This mode is optional and be focused more on fun than character balance. As a result, while it will be playable online, it will be restricted to unranked matches only, and all official Capcom tournaments will only use the more balanced Ultra mode, not Omega.
Ah.
So in other words, it's even more. If you're a replayer, you're totally fucked. Because now every
I doubt it,
character
'cause
has
I think they
re-avoidance.
probably pulled him back to previous incarnation.
Well, and it was good and actually worth playing. Yeah, we'll see. Not totally fussed by this. Hey,
Well,
look,
it's
we've made an
free.
unbalanced game. Yeah, it was called Street Fighter 4, Capcom. Dicks.
Anything from in the room?
I've got one.
Hooray!
I briefly mentioned it earlier. The little PSP thing for the television is releasing in Europe soon.
Aha, what is it called?
PlayStation TV.
PlayStation.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
what does it give you?
It basically gives you a Vita that you plug into your telly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It only goes through an HDMI port, but not all the content released on it will be HD because it plays all the PlayStation, well, not all the PlayStation Vita games because some of them require touch, which this doesn't support. So a lot of PlayStation Vita games, all the old PSP games that are available on the PlayStation Store, and the PS1 classics.
Well, hey.
This
If it's
is a good
using
thing.
PlayStation Now, it will have 700 titles upon launch.
Nice.
Yep. And the great thing is, where it does support all these older games that are currently available on the PlayStation Store, is that the huge library of games on launch, as Felix has said, but it also means we can finally video capture games like Soul Calibur Broken Destiny.
Yay.
Finally.
Hooray.
So we can now video capture Angel Dark Song being destroyed by Santa Claus.
The question is, are they still going to force you to
Yeah.
rent or buy games that you already own on your account through the PlayStation
Yeah,
service?
that's some of the questions because
PlayStation
it's
Now,
going to
probably.
cost you 85 quid.
Ooh.
It comes with a voucher for 3 digital Vita games: Worms Revolution Extreme, Velocity Ultra, Ollie Ollie. Others will need to purchase. Users will need to purchase a DualShock 3 or DualShock 4,
If they don't
but
make
they've
anyone-
got no other details.
Well, it's going to come with a 1 gig memory already. And you can obviously expand that, which is
Which is
awesome.
shit because
1
the
gig.
American one had an 8 gig memory card.
Huh? The what?
The American one gets an 8 gig memory card.
And how much is that?
$99.99. Oh no, standalone, or $139.99 for a bundle includes the DualShock controller and an 8 gig.
Right, so the standalone doesn't include the 8 gig.
Doesn't look like it, which
Right,
sucks.
so we're getting the standalone effectively.
Uh-huh. There we go then.
So, nah.
And it's another nail in the Vita coffin.
Well, seeing as
Well,
they've already
they've-
pretty much announced, don't expect any good
They've-
games to come out for it ever again.
So they release a mini Vita for your telly, and it's a nail in the Vita coffin.
Yeah, because it's like
They
now
give
you
you-
have an even cheaper thing that is not a Vita that you can play Vita games on.
Yeah, but not all the Vita games. It won't support touch-based Vita games.
Yeah.
So things like Little Big Planet, not playable.
But if you buy a Vita, you could stream from that and use its touch controls, right?
I don't know, it can stream from the PS4.
That's me making it unnecessarily complicated, TK. You can just get Vita to do the touch support for the Vita games.
Yes.
Play them on your Vita.
Yeah, but you can't play it on the big telly. That's the thing. Because
It just feels like a shame that they're doing more to get games on everything than onto the awesome platform that is the piece of tech that's the Vita,
Well, you see,
especially the OLED Vita.
I'm completely the other way around with this. I think this is a brilliant idea. Because finally, we can play all the Vita games that we've had on this tiny telly on the big screen. So, at last, I can start capturing these fucking things.
As long as you're using the same account on the Vita TV, the PlayStation TV, and your Vita, apparently you can actually take the memory card out of your Vita, plug it into the TV unit, and then take it back again.
Ah. Cool.
Yeah.
This is good, because I have a Vita memory card.
Hooray.
It's in my Vita.
Haha!
Hedgie bought me one for Christmas.
Yes,
when
I
he
did.
bought me the Vita.
Yes.
And I've filled it full of fucking games. I've had to delete games so I can put new games on it. It's really
Which is
annoying.
good, because otherwise you'll have to rent them.
I need a fucking hard disk for my Vita.
Okay.
And it also supports physical games as well.
Well, hey.
Yes, it supports physical Vita games. You can just plug them in.
Ooh, nice.
But that's the PlayStation TV. It's not necessarily the PlayStation Now, which
No, it's not
is
PlayStation Now. That's a
American
streaming
basis.
service. Although it should support PlayStation Now when that's released. So, and it's also a good entry point if you don't yet own a Sony console but want to taste the delicious Sony pie.
He
It literally
says.
is
So
a Sony
Alex,
pie. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 is an open world game that features an all-male cast of androgynous male
How can you tell
liver-clad.
they're all male then if they're androgynous? It's typical Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like that could be a boob. I'm not sure.
they've stated
they're male, but they've got ladylike features.
that Final Fantasy 15 will be like a road trip.
So basically, it's set in Thailand.
No.
The main premise of the game seems to be a
It's a
prince is on the run with his friends
In
and they're
Thailand.
It's
they're
like we're on
going
the run, but we're treating it like a road trip!
and they end up going on a road trip from town to town, just doing shit. Apparently,
Mojitos,
In a
honestly.
very swish sports car.
yeah,
Right,
I
so
know.
it is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
But basically, they are like so generic. It's unbelievable. Like you see the 5 characters. I think it's 5. And it's like, wow, these guys have nothing that differentiates them from each other.
They
They're
all
just,
look like variations of Cloud and Strife and
they're all
previous
liver-bound.
male
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah, they're just very generic. And
I
it's
thought
like,
Cloud's
really?
name was Cloud Strife, so somebody called Strife is just Cloud being referred to by his surname.
They're so generic. There's no character design there at all. I'm thinking to myself, well,
My
what
God,
the
that
hell?
song with the squirrel is actually about Cloud doing a buddy cop thing.
I see belts,
Go
but I
ahead
don't
and
see
strike
anything
for the
interesting
movie.
here.
Do you think it's like lashback at the fact that everyone hated that annoying chick from 13?
No, I
Lightning.
think, in fact, everybody loves her for some reason. I think it's flashback for, oh yeah, we can't really afford a new Final Fantasy. Let's reuse all of our stuff from 13 versus. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, it was 13 verses until they changed the name of it. So
Yes, that is literally it. They've just changed they took all the resources for it and said, no, this is 15 now. Because they can't afford to make verses and 15.
Dear God.
So that Final Fantasy 7 remake is on the cards because they need the money.
I don't think they have the money to make the remake.
Was that a segue for me?
Go on.
Do.
Congratulations, you've done a new segment. Moving on.
No, at the Final Fantasy 7 G-Bike and Final Fantasy World Plus Wide Words created talk event at the Tokyo Game Show. They're discussing 2 smartphone apps, at which point Hiroshi Matsumiya asked the Square Enix producer Shinji Hashimoto if he was interested in making a remake of Final Fantasy 7. Hashimoto replied, he's not interested since he's focused on the iPhone game Final Fantasy 7 G-Bike first. At which point they started joking, hey, if it does well enough, we might make Final Fantasy 7.
Might.
Yeah.
I see.
Actually, I suppose, like I said, if you battle through Square Enix's mobile service,
So
you've deserved your remake.
So Square Enix, the company that owns the biggest selling RPG franchise in the world, is running out of money.
Kind of feels that way.
Not for long.
Especially if we keep on the Square Enix news. They are now launching Shinra Technologies Cloud Gaming Group.
Ah.
Yep.
And they aim to change creating and playing. The gaming subsidiary is led by its former CEO and named after one of its most iconic evil empires. They are headed by Yoichi Wada and will be pursuing a new kind of streaming service meant to take advantage of data centers with thousands of CPUs and GPUs, which will have massive processing power. Rather than emulating a single console over the network, which provides an experience almost as good as you can play at home, the group wants to harbour the creation and play of games that would not be possible with the limited processing power of one consumer game system. So it's a lot of words about potential. It really is. It's planned to launch a beta service in the US and Japan starting early 2015. I don't know how another cloud gaming service is going to work, especially one focused around Square.
Everybody talks about how powerful it is and how you can do so much. It's like, in my head now, what I'm getting is, all hail the Glow Cloud.
Well, the thing is, if they manage to get all of their games on this kind of service, how many people do you think are going to play them?
Both of them?
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually about it.
Continuing on then, a bit of news that will probably either amuse or annoy Alex. Metal Gear Solid 5 Video introduces Diamond Dog Companion.
Really?
It's a dog.
A dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog with an eye patch.
It's
With an eye
literally
patch.
made of diamonds, like Hot Stallion, because
great.
that'd be awesome.
Here we go. The
How they
game's
smuggle 'em in.
recently revealed AI buddy system lets players bring along Sniper, Quiet, I'm Not Dressed Enough, and other characters support to Snake on missions. Similar to Quiet, finding and befriending Diamond Dog is entirely optional.
Did you just say
And it's
bro-fending? Because
It sounds like he's reading from a Kotaku article.
No, CVG. And
Just as bad then.
they showed at the Tokyo Gaming Show featuring Snake and Quiet tackling a jungle mission, looking alarmingly like the Ground Zeroes style of entrance, as in you're in a chopper with a guy and then you go off and do a mission.
What do you mean alarmingly?
Well,
you're going to
exactly
have Kojima
like.
looking right at the fucking screen to troll you again.
There's nothing
That's quite
wrong
alarming.
with Ground Zeroes. It's actually really good. I mean, mission gameplay isn't new to the Metal Gear series. Most of the PSP games were based off of mission-based. If they just put it on a bigger scale, it's not going to be a big thing.
Which one was the
And
Zeroes?
Peace Walker was some of the best
one I
of the
played here.
franchise.
That was the
Yeah.
40
the
pound
most
demo.
loved anyway.
No, it was actually £20. 15.
£20 demo. There you go.
15.
Yeah.
It's
The
not
one
really-
where you just fought across the entire camp of.
It's not really a demo either. It's just, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, like PT was a demo.
Yeah, PT was a demo.
Well, preview.
That might not actually be a
But
PS4.
they've already shown that the map for Phantom Pain will be bigger than all other Metal Gear Solid maps put together. So the area
Not
they're
hard.
doing is huge.
Not hard.
Yeah, it's not hard, but like, if they have stuff in there and there are different ways to do stealth missions, that's definitely they're trying to improve the way. Like, to be fair, every game has had a different kind of mechanic for sneaking and stuff as we've been going along. Look at 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Like, 1 is like the enemies have limited view, so it's like quite easy to get around and stuff. It's not really a completely sneaking game, it's more like a thinking around game. 2, the enemies have like better vision and stuff, so you actually have to start thinking, and you can distract them by being in their vision at the max range, and they'll come and investigate. 3, you had the camouflage system, so you had to actually camouflage yourself in the jungle. 4 had an updated
I
system.
love the emergency box eject that they showed us during the gameplay trailers.
Oh yeah, for Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
You can literally just leap out of your box now.
No, you don't even leap. You get ejected from the back of the box at super speeds.
It's brilliant.
And hide with a PS4 box on your head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because reasons. But that box can also be a sexy lady.
Yeah.
I like how that's just been a recurring theme, the whole thing.
It's like, hey, look, woman. Now you're distracted. I can sneak past.
Enemies get distracted by
And then
women.
you find the only gay guard in the barracks.
Any more news from the room?
PlayStation Plus is getting a free weekend
Hooray!
for everyone.
Ooh.
So you can all play online for free.
Does this include people who have already had a free weekend due to PSN going down?
No, probably a free month.
Probably. But basically, if you don't already have PlayStation Plus, you'll be getting all of the online play at no cost this coming weekend.
Because you know what
Yeah.
sucks? The fact that any game you get that has a free week of PSN, a free month rather of PSN,
It's not added if you're subscribing personal.
no, it's not added if you've already had that free month from PSN going down.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's
Wow,
bad.
that's a bit
But
of
the
a
best,
bitch.
the best bit they use for advertising examples, a large selection of online-owned games.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to have PSN Plus for all of them because they are online-only games for multiplayer.
Which are
FIFA 14, Destiny, a few others that I forget.
what do you mean?
They're also. It's also
You
includes
have to pay for online multiplayer. All the games they are talking about are online multiplayer games anyway.
Oh, right.
So you wouldn't be buying the games unless you already had purchased.
Diablo 3 got an offline mode for console.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop you borrowing games from friends.
Yeah.
And then if you like them, you can go and buy
Also,
them.
The Last of Us
Yes.
Remastered and Watch Dogs had online mode.
It's like we're not using an Xbox here.
Don't worry, they reversed that opinion.
Oh, really?
They saw it wasn't popular.
No shit!
It's like, okay, we won't do that then. You people are bastards. That was our glorious vision. You ruined it for everyone.
Making
And yet
everyone, in the
everyone
world-
else is talking about bringing online-only features to all of their services. Everybody.
Some of them completely unnecessary.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it was more the
additional
point of
online
you're allowed
services.
to borrow games from your friends.
friends. Otherwise, it's like no. You can buy your. You will buy your. The only games you will buy are your games and nobody else's.
I still remember that cool thing the PSP did.
Mm.
Where it's like, hey, you want to play Tekken, but you don't have Tekken? That's fine. The game will stream you the data you need so you can play Tekken with your friend who does have Tekken.
It'll be longer.
Granted, not many games took advantage of this feature, but you could actually just send a demo of a game to anybody if you had it.
Yeah, well, Lemmings you could send a demo of, and it would be literally just the demo.
Yeah.
But with Tekken, you could actually play against someone who didn't own the game, and it would stream the relevant data to the PSP so you could enjoy the game.
Wipeout did the same
Yeah.
thing as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it did.
No,
'cause
I thought
I had-
that it just gave you the demo with two tracks
yeah, I
that you
think
could
it
play
gave
with
you,
someone
I
else.
think it gave you the straight demo.
I can't remember now. It's been a while.
That
Any
one
more
was-
news from the room?
Space Channel 5 has just gotten a massive Steam update.
Ooh.
What?
Yes. Sega this week updated Space Channel 5 Part 2 on Steam. Mostly because people have been complaining for quite a while that, hey, we still play Space Channel. Yes, we know it's 2014. So finally, it has support for VSync and FXAA. Now renders correctly at resolutions above 720p. It has obligatory Steam achievements. Button prompts now support gamepad and button prompts.
Oh, hey.
Keyboard controls can be reconfigured, and all prompts are sensitive to your configuration. And gamepad support has been implemented throughout the game and the launcher.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Whereas I just play it on the PlayStation like you're supposed to.
And it's only £5.52.
Yes, it's also part of a Dreamcast 4-pack for $10. So, yeah, about £5.
Crazy Taxi, Sega Bass Fishing, Sonic Adventure DX, and Space Channel 5 Part 2.
I liked Part 2, but I still think Part 1 was better. Although Part 2 did have more Space Michael in it.
Yes, it did.
There's basically, yeah, that news was pretty much only included for TK and Hedgie.
I actually don't have Space Channel 5 Part 2 legally.
Really?
No,
You have it illegally.
I do. I have a pirated PS2 version,
Ah.
but I don't actually have the game legally yet.
Even I have the game legally.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have Part 1, though?
Oh.
Aha. Aha.
I do.
Aha.
Moving on. Project Morpheus is 85% complete, says Yoshida. So
Ooh.
this is Sony exec saying smartphone components will keep VR headset relatively cheap.
Awesome.
And this is for the PS4, 85% complete according to SCE Worldwide Studios President Shuei Yoshida. And this was speaking to the Wall Street Journal and saying
Street
that,
Journal?
let's
Yeah.
see,
It's like
he's
Warner Bros.
unwilling to give an estimated release date. When asked about the potential cost, Yoshida was similarly non-committal, but did state that many of the components were based on smartphones. In August, Yoshida stated that motion controls will be revitalized with the introduction of virtual reality, adding that the Move controller will come into its own when Morpheus sparks a call for full 3D motion tracking.
But all of the 8 people that'll buy it,
Yup.
of which I'll probably be one of
Let's
them.
see. The PS4 camera, which is currently used as a webcam for Twitch broadcasts, will be required for Morpheus, as its dual-array stereoscopic cameras will provide pinpoint accuracy for head tracking.
You also get bonus points if you build a custom TV cabinet, so the whole thing looks like Wally.
I'll make it look more like Johnny 5.
Yes. That'd be terrifying.
Bonus points if you buy an Oculus Rift.
Why would you want to? Hey,
Any more
Facebook,
news
here's
in
my
the
money.
room?
Speaking of the Oculus Rift, there are rumors going around there's going to be a special controller for it.
I thought the Oculus Rift itself was the controller.
No,
No.
it's just an input.
It's the viewing platform.
Output device, rather.
No, so it was the Johnny 5 thing just going into your head, just going input.
Need input.
So Facebook now owns Oculus Rift. So
Yep.
occasionally in the middle of a game, you will suddenly get an advert. So this is unskippable.
No, that'd be YouTube.
Well, Facebook
Yes.
still goes, by the way, down the side of your screen, there's going to be a couple of adverts.
Yeah, what will happen
That's
is
fine.
you're
Well-
playing your game and all of a sudden you'll see what your friends are
It's-
doing, all the posts they like.
Pretty much at the moment, it's just rumors coming from outlets saying that they do believe that at the upcoming California event, Oculus VR will be announcing a new controller.
Ooh.
But because of non-disclosure agreements, they're not to talk any further about it.
It's a giant Facebook thumb. All you can do is like everything.
I
On
think
the other hand,
what
they
can a new controller be at this point? Because even with Steambox trying to have that weird-ass controller, what
Which
can
they've
you
added
actually
an analog
do
stick,
currently
by the way.
online?
well, they acquired
Oh.
Carbon Design, who did the original 360 controller.
New Power Glove.
Oh, God. A new power glove.
One that
Imagine it.
actually detects
Actually
what your
works.
fingers are doing.
I love that reference.
Power
It's
glove.
so bad.
Power glove.
Actually, think about it for VR. That would be quite awesome.
Yes, it would.
If
And-
you had two of them,
Yes, it would be fantastic. In fact, it would work. Even if
VR, because
We can do Star Wars Episode 1 Racer properly.
You could actually pick shit up in game,
Can we also get giant gyroscope to sit in?
and if you combine that with that tracking thing that you can walk on,
A treadmill.
the treadmills in all directions though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. got a name, I
it's
can't remember
basically a
what the fuck it
low
is.
friction surface.
Ah.
Oh, Jesus.
That would actually work. That would be quite cool.
But given the fact that that thing
It
is
would
about
cost you a
$2,000.
fucking fortune. Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
But it would be the best $2,000 ever.
Oh, I could buy a
Ubisoft
smart
Montreal.
table.
What?
Moving on, Ubisoft Montreal pledges ambitious plans for Watch Dogs' futures.
They're going to add a female protagonist.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Creative
At the
people believe
fucking,
the original game has
uh,
succeeded in establishing brand and promise.
What was it? It's his sister, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or his sister. His sister should have been the protagonist. She's got more reason to go out being a fucking vigilante than Aiden does.
Can I say, how have they got promise for that when it was like considered not that good?
They gave this impression: go around the city, hack all of the things, the power of your phone, and this custom OS. It's like, I can change the traffic lights, make barriers go up and down.
Well,
Actually, that's
a
about the
senior
extent of
figure
your
at the
power.
studio has said it will tackle the game's perceived flaws with a series of radical changes. It was released back in May to mixed critical reception, commercially shipping 8 million copies by July, but certain elements of the game, such as its narrative and campaign, face criticism. Let's see. The reception has been pretty close to Assassin's Creed. The first one we didn't get such a good reception, which is true. We've had lots of flaws in game replayability of gameplay loops, and you could feel the game was a first iteration. The same thing with Watch Dogs. It was difficult to do everything at the right level, which is why we took more time. The time we took was definitely useful. It allowed us to release the game. We also want to keep parts of the game we felt didn't fit in with the original sequel. Summing up, VP said he believes Ubisoft has succeeded in establishing a brand and promise. There are flaws, obviously. We want to tackle these flaws and surprise players.
Yeah, release it for free. There you go. That's a surprise.
They're looking to develop new technologies that they didn't have for the original, and combine this with fixing and refining what worked well is probably the way to go for Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it one of those games where the setup and the sort of E3 videos was so awesome that the game would have to be incredibly amazing in order
Well,
to actually
they showed
live
a
up to
couple of little set pieces during the E3 videos. And those bits in the game actually do play out kind of like how the video said. Is that in general the game just doesn't have that much extra to it. That the hacking bits that they touted as being like the game changer for this were very limited in scope. You
Aha.
literally could make some manhole covers explode, set all the traffic lights to go green at once and open garage doors.
Well, you can open and close barriers in the game to
Yeah.
stop traffic, which is useful in certain things. You can do certain
It's actually
set
about the
pieces.
only way to evade the police because they. Alright, story wise, I guess it does make sense that they are fucking omniscient.
Yeah.
Because of the whole CMOS thing, that would be an Orwellian overarching computer system, which everything is tied together. The police can track you from anywhere.
Yeah, but when he says it is very much like at the original Assassin's Creed. You had lots of
That's
options.
not true. It has a crouch button.
It had lots of options. It had some story missions, but the drive to do the story missions really wasn't there. And when you got into it, you did the story missions the same way over and over again.
Funnily enough, the driving to everywhere else is actually nice enough. Speaking of drive, do things.
I would like to say that they also delivered a product that they didn't promise.
They
They promised a product, but they didn't deliver. Blah, blah, blah.
which is sadly what usually happens when the hype machine gets going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But
the later Halo franchises, the Mass Effect 3 thing.
Yeah, but
a good
Rockstar
part
seem
of
to avoid that
Destiny.
with Grand Theft Auto. The hype machine gets going, the Rockstar deliver, and they're pretty much on tack.
Yes.
Well, if you notice the difference though with Rockstar and their games,
If Rockstar
They-
announced a new Red Dead, I would buy that just because it's Red Dead.
Yeah, the first Red Dead was
rein
brilliant.
in and control the hype quite well because everything that goes out is just what they want to release, and it's always specifically something that will forward your knowledge of the game and will forward your desire to buy the game because they have got the roadmap sorted. And that's for every game up to and including the more recent ones.
I miss the original Grand Theft Auto.
Well, the top-down one.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
In GTA 6, if that ever becomes a thing, there needs to be... You know you can watch telly and do stuff in GTA 5?
Yeah.
They need to have like a PC in there where you can actually play the original Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2.
Don't, TK. People would find it and never stop playing the damn
Yeah.
thing.
Be a reason
Play a game within a game.
Yeah. It's not the first time it's been done.
No, it's not.
Any more news from inside the room?
There's
That's it,
plenty
I
of
think.
room. Plenty of room. Plenty.
Plenty of room.
Um,
There's lots of room, lots of people. I have a bit of news that makes me happy. Elite Remake to be re-released for free.
Ooh.
Yeah, a fan-made
is going ahead
Elite
of
New
Dangerous.
Kind will be available on the original's 30th anniversary.
Ooh.
And this was a previously withdrawn remake of Elite, being released to celebrate its anniversary. And New Kind was a fan-made remake of the Elite released in 1999, which sought to replicate the excitement of the 1984 original.
Wasn't there a Kickstarter for it?
You're thinking of Dangerous, I believe.
No,
Yeah.
Elite.
No, yeah, Elite. Dangerous is the
Yes.
new one.
Oh.
The new one.
Ah, okay.
So
I
this
believe
is
that was
based on the
Kickstarted.
original PC version. It's also considered by some to be better than the
original
original because it
PC
incorporates
version.
elements from the better BBC Micro, Acorn Archimedes, and NES versions.
I was about to say, because you said PC, it's like, I don't think PC was really a thing back then. I played it on the Amstrad with the
Yeah, I played it on the Amstrad.
with the solid 3.5-inch discs. You know, the ones that are like half centimeter thick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
loved crashing into those wireframe stations.
It's tempted to get. I'm tempted to get hold of it because I remember playing for hours to try and get myself to bloody Dangerous and Deadly. Always
Whether-
slightly far away because I could never figure to get to Elite.
I remember getting so excited about Frontier. And it's like, okay, I've loaded up. Alright, I'm going to try to and drift to the side and crash. Okay, start a new game, let's go. Okay, I'm taking off. I didn't ask for permission, they're shooting me down, what the fuck?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, I think it took me 4 or 5 attempts to finally get into space when I first loaded up Frontier.
I did like 2 trading missions. I got to a military mission and I went, no, fuck that noise.
On the other hand,
I really did.
There weren't very many space sim games which actually got to feel more like Han Solo than anything else.
Star Wars.
Dark Star 1 was actually one of those games that actually got the mix just about right.
Star Wars.
No.
Yeah, which one though?
There
Any
weren't
of
many
them.
Star Wars games that actually let you feel more like, you know,
Star Wars TIE
awesome.
Fighter. I feel like Han Solo.
You can't have it.
Yeah. I feel more like the guy chasing Han Solo who's too stupid to go around an asteroid belt.
Lastly then, Silent Hills may release episodically.
Ooh.
and they're considering a television-style format. So this is Hideo Kojima revealing at the Tokyo Game Show.
We just call him Hideous Kojima from now on.
Is he the only one there? Is he the only guy?
The game is still in fairly early development, and Kojima Productions has not settled on any one distribution method. The game is planned as a continuation of the cult classic horror series Silent Hill, and Kojima with director Guillermo del Toro are collaborating on the project. We had the teaser, which was PT. A few details have yet been confirmed, though the playable teaser revealed that the Walking Dead actor Norman Reedus will have a starring role.
Yeah.
It's also looking like it might not be a PS4 exclusive.
Well, that's not really surprising.
Yeah,
No,
not really.
they're going to want to get the money now because they're releasing in more areas for all of the platforms.
Few quick last things for me. At the same time as the PlayStation Plus weekend, so PlayStation Multiplayer Online weekend is going on, Hyper Light Drifter, that nice little roguelike, Diablo-y, really visually unique Kickstarter game that we had last year.
Yes, that
One that's
nobody
like
played.
8-bit Destiny with the story, actually.
Ah.
Gets a preview starting this weekend. An early playable slice of the game which will last for 2 days until midnight PST of the 28th. Unity is now getting official built-in Oculus support in the engine. Which is obvious because they actually have the strategic partnership with Oculus. And it's been a slow news week for everybody, so yet another new psychological study has to come out to say, no, video games do not cause violent crimes.
We know that already.
Well, it's nice to see people actually coming out and going, look, here's proof,
Yeah.
rather than the usual, look, here's us crowbarring a test to try and prove gamers are dicks.
This is actually a more media-specific thing as well, because it's from Villanova and Rutgers University, and the title of the report is Violent Video Games and Real-World Violence, Rhetoric versus Data.
Nice.
And got published in the American Psychological Association's official journal, Psychology of Popular Media Culture.
Nice.
And
Nice.
this looks
So
like it
I
was
think-
a study and meta-study at the same time.
So how did they do it?
Like I said, a study and a meta-study at the same time. They did their own results, and then they
Yeah.
also did a meta-study of all the existing.
Okay.
They look shit up.
Basically, they did annual trends in video game sales for the past 33 years.
Yeah.
We found that the most violent video game releases when they came out were completely unrelated to violent crime,
Yeah.
both concurrent of the release and for 4 years after their...
Oh dear.
Cool.
So I think that's it for the gaming news.
Yes, it is.
Have we covered it all?
I believe so.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's the Lizard Squad striking again, hitting Call of Duty,
Destiny.
IGN Destiny, yeah. Destiny
Fuckers.
recovered pretty quickly, but they are kind of jittery for some people for quite a while afterwards.
Also, we have the first handheld Super Smash Bros. Coming out on October 3rd,
Yep.
which I have pre-ordered.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
For your 2DS.
Yes.
Your thumbstick is ready.
your thumbstick is ready to be
Moving
decimated.
on.
Yes,
Before
yes.
we get on to any kind of conversation from that.
What was the name of the Daikatana guy?
Daikatana.
Yeah, the guy that made Daikatana.
Bob.
Rick Romero?
Let's just call him Bob.
Yeah, so I was just going, instead of like Rick Romero's gonna make you his bitch. Mario gonna make you...
Oh no, you're thinking of
The guy who made Doom,
John Romero?
John
Carmack?
Romero!
That's it. Yeah.
John
Romero.
Romero.
I know it was Romero.
Yes.
George A.
You remember, though, that advertising campaign?
No, but thanks for bringing that up because I looked that up the last time there was someone mentioned it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for gaming news.
Yes. Yeah. I think we should close down this segment. Yeah.
So, done and
Fine.
dusted.
Philistines.
Just made it sound like Walter Peck.
It's that time where the cast of TigerTails Radio reviews stuff badly. This is Done and Dusted.
It's traditional.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Fuck's sake, the unprofessional feel is talking over jingles. Do another one.
Fine. The things I do for you people, honestly. You think I had nothing better to do than bloody play jingles?
It's
Stop
that
it, stop it
time
now.
where the cast of TigerTails Radio reviews stuff badly. This is Done and Dusted.
Happy now?
Unfortunately,
Yep.
he spoke over it again.
He did.
I was asking if I should shut up now.
But he only done it out of spite, and therefore it is not funny at all.
Do we
Fine.
have anything for Done and Dusted?
We shall play another fucking jingle.
Oh, God.
6 chambers, 1 bullet. It's time to play Russian roulette.
I remember that game. It was so much
I didn't
fun.
say it was a relevant jingle.
No.
All right.
All right, wait.
We'll
Does that
use
mean
a
that
semi-
Felix is now playing that?
We'll use a semi-auto. Pete goes first.
Well, you can't pizza all the way in a foreign land.
Yeah, you can fire from where you are.
Yeah.
Nobody's
it's my
paying
turn
any
with the
attention to the fact
ballistic
that
cannon.
a semi-automatic will always
Automatically fire anyway,
the
yeah.
first bullet.
Yes. I knew that.
Yes. Hit me from where you are now.
Let's see the curvature.
Hmm.
The wind's carving.
Mr.
off.
Bond, I could hit
Anything
you
for
from
Done and
I could hit you
Dusted.
from Stuttgart and still get a good shot.
And if he had a
Anything
money
for Done and
penny for
Dusted.
every time he's done it.
Well,
TK, have you got
Ah.
anything for Done and Dusted?
I have seen Doctor Who.
Ah, yes.
I've been busy this week playing with steam trains.
Yeah, he has.
Okay.
Doctor Who. Oh god, that was fantastic.
Oh no, I just haven't had the drive to watch it, really.
Felix is a hater, so...
It made up for
I'm
the
not.
absolute travesty that was last week.
Wait, what? I haven't seen this week, but
Head is an
last
idiot.
week
Why?
wasn't
Last week,
that bad.
it was meant
We'll
to be
save
like
it for
open-ended
after the
interpretation.
Done and Dusted,
They didn't
people.
nail it very
Which
well.
could be quite quick. Felix, do you have anything for Done and Dusted?
I guess seeing as Alex will be talking about Destiny a bit again.
God, I always talk about that.
Hedgie, do you have anything
You weren't here
for
last
Done
week
and
to do it, were
Dusted?
you?
Unfortunately
No,
not.
So we can.
Hedge,
Yes?
question for you.
Yes.
I thought you wanted pizza.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I was looking forward to that
I was
pizza.
going to say, where the fuck is it?
No, I didn't order
As
it in
you
the
can
end.
see, he only caters to me.
Yeah, you turned
No,
it down.
he hasn't
Hey.
catered to anyone.
Yes, I was going to do it after the show.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Because otherwise you get some guy going, knock, 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 and I'd have to get on the phone and tell him where we are, stick my head out the door.
So Felix
yes,
isn't
that's
getting pizza.
also tradition.
I thought we'd break with tradition and try and be professional for once.
No,
That's
that's
pretty
why it's called tradition.
I think all hope of tradition, all hope of professionality went out the window in the first 15, 20 minutes of the
Yes,
show.
yeah. If I'd have known that was going to happen, then, you know...
I think that the plan here is that me and Felix are going to talk about Destiny.
Well,
I'm
then you ordered
going
pizza.
I'm going to let Felix take
We've
the
got
reins
40 minutes till we go off the air. You can
At the
wait 40
beginning?
minutes.
and then I'll come in with the
Order it now. The
Yeah,
right
because-
last end of the game.
You have experienced a part of Destiny that I haven't really touched because they're not so much my thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
plus,
then,
plus most of
Talking about
my
Destiny from the point of view of Alex.
no
From the
Felix.
point of view of the renowned guardians of no protection, we go in hard, we go in fast.
With no protection.
No protection.
We're
the
Catholic.
puns are obvious.
We're Catholic. We don't use protection.
We are not wearing our armor, if you know what I mean.
Felix can go first, like I said, because most of my opinions are sort of similar to his, and like his is a fresher.
We amicably disagree on a couple of bits that are subjective, so it's all okay.
Well, last week we did talk about this because I
We
had got
did a
PS3
bit,
version of Destiny.
But
Felix did bring up a lot of stuff that came from the internet in terms of
I came up with a couple of
reviews,
bits
mentions and
of
stuff.
I'd caught the reviews, I'd watched a lot of gameplay, I'd seen Alex play it. So I had informed opinions on things, and I've had the chance to go out and experience some of the things, and it does pretty much match up with some of what I was saying last week. Which is the case of the lore that you find, you know, some bits, especially when you find the ghost logs, are usually really good and haunting. Problem is that you've got to go elsewhere to get hold of some of this shit. And it's not in the game.
Yeah, they need some sort of way to access all of this lore in game.
And since I started playing, I noticed that things like you're resurrected, and it's like, okay, you don't have much of a memory, but then they start expecting you to know what the Black Garden is.
It's a bit odd.
Where
with
you go
that.
fight the Heart of Darkness. Literally.
Well, the question is, have you actually read through the log stuff?
Yes.
And have you also
I've
checked
actually
out
had to
any of the
go
Destiny
to a-
forum stuff?
I've had to go to the different website to do it, where they've collated all the Grimoire stuff in a way that you can actually read it easily. Unlike the website and the app, which is a bitch to navigate if you want to go to any of the Grimoire stuff.
The website I find fine mostly. I've not
It's-
used the app myself.
The app is laid out a lot like the website.
on a
Except
phone.
you don't get to search for groups. It only search forum subjects, as we found out when I was trying to join up with Alex's specific guildy thingy.
Yeah.
I do agree. It's a shame they took that away from being inside the game, but it is nice to have
It
this
feels
weird
like
lore.
what they were trying to do with the game is try to make everything incredibly subjective, incredibly opening and interpretive, very much like Space 2001. You get the vibe that that's what they were trying to do story-wise, because actually, you go back and rewatch it, 2001 had very little in the way of exposition and dialogue.
Don't make me
to
watch
let
it
you know
again,
what's
please,
going
God.
on.
Don't make me watch it again.
Ah.
Especially not the extended version.
I'll slip him the acid, you get the DVD. But, unfortunately, they're not Stanley Kubrick. So that's me coming off tangent. Which means it didn't pan out quite as well. And we're thinking they're either going to be expanding on this story with the DLC, which is a bit of a dick move, or we're going to have to wait until the next game in the franchise.
Well, that being said, the DLC, we know there's 2 paid. There
We
is,
know there are
however,
2
further
paid.
3 free, and that's not including the extra stuff they're doing on weekends.
the update coming out tomorrow. Is it tomorrow, Alex?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow does have 6 story missions in it.
Bounties.
However, and no, they said stories as well.
and bounties.
Story missions.
And yeah, the
Yeah.
bounties are going to be available from the outset. However, they said
That's the
story-
Queen's thing.
Yeah, the Queen's Wrath. The story things they've said will not be available until the DLC hits, and I'm now wondering if this is it's locked until the DLC hits for continuity reasons, or if we will have to buy the DLC to unlock the story that we just downloaded in this update. I hope it's the former.
Well, I think it's set to the date that they're releasing the Queen's Wrath, because that is...
No, they've already
No.
said the story thing. They've got an asterisk next to it. They say 6 story missions. Like, story missions not available until DLC release.
No, this is content because they're constantly giving out content like an MMO. Essentially, every
Yeah.
week there is new content. Like it may not be new content, but there's definitely something else there.
Yeah, and as long as some of that new content is story based, I want to hear some more about Rasputin. Goddammit!
Well, that I've seen on the forums, because there's a lot of stuff you can dig through, which is
Yeah,
nice,
there's a lot of
because...
half of it is conjecture, and half of it is actually things that have been, oh yeah, I just realised that these 2 Grimoire cards tied together, guys. Look.
Oh, the theories, I love them. I'm loving the
Oh
theories.
yeah, I
It's
like the
fantastic.
theory that we are the darkness because we are essentially a
That's
zombie
awesome.
army.
That wasn't my first thought after meeting the speaker at all.
Oh
It was
no.
brilliant. It's like, here's the speaker. Hello, Grand
have you
Vizier.
been to the Twitter account, the Cryptarch? The darkness
Oh, God,
is
I need to
coming,
follow him.
and none of you guardians will face him, for there are no light in my weapons. Which is strange, because my first blue engram got me, level 20 got me a rocket launcher, which was purple. So yay.
Yeah, the loot system, if we start moving on to the mechanics, the loot
Yeah.
system is one of the biggest annoyances. But I keep seeing people make these comments, and I sit there and wonder, have they ever played Diablo 3 before the patch? Or
Oh
Borderlands.
Oh god,
At all.
Diablo 3, 1 point anything. Fuck that game end game.
I just avoided Diablo 3 because I went, all the guys that made the good Diablos are actually working on making Torchlight.
Yep.
So I'm going to play Torchlight.
I gave it a chance.
What, Torchlight or Diablo 3?
Diablo 3.
Yeah, because you actually paid, didn't you? And played
I actually own it on PS3. I liked it. It was fun. Yeah. No, I did. I liked it. I played it through 1.5 times.
I think Shamans, originally the thing that's, Shamans were the most broken class originally. Which was
But yeah, I mean, the loot system, I can see why they're doing this, because there isn't that much top-end gear.
There's not. Unless
So
you're willing to
if,
grind.
if you literally got everything that you could from the drops, everyone would have everything within the first week.
I would like to also mention, however, that the gear you get from raids is actually raid gear. as in it's a higher item level. You cannot reach level 30 unless you have gear from the raids.
Yep. And it actually helps for the raid as well.
Yeah.
So what
In
is the
terms
issue
of-
people
continuing
have
on the
with...
mechanics, how have you felt playing the game?
Playing the game, I mean, all of the most fun stuff to do has been with things like dicking around in the tower and the shenanigans that happen around the loot cave.
I've only done the loot cave once. I generally just do like.
You get people that sat there and occasionally you get in the fire team. People just start like making up stories for those poor thralls and acolytes. You know, like
That's in the forums. I'm talking about playing
Yeah.
the game.
oh no,
not
actually in the voice chat
forums.
as well. You got people voicing one of them, like Larry. He's actually the only one of them that actually respawns, and he's sat there getting tired of all of us spawn camping him.
But how do you find it in terms of playing through like the patrols and the missions and the public events?
Okay. The gameplay itself is actually really good. It's fun.
Shooting
gameplay.
things is fun.
Yes, it feels fun. It moves fun. The enemy's AI is smart enough that you have to be like, oh, you bastard. Okay, I'll go around
I had
here.
that moment where between one day and the next there was a patch, I was competent with handguns, and then suddenly it took 2 or 3 shots more to kill anything.
Oh yeah, I have a hatred for anybody who uses auto rifles or fusion rifles because auto rifles got fucking buffed. So now there is no reason to use anything but an auto rifle in PvP because it does the best, like, other than a sniper rifle, it does the best, like, for fall off damage. It has the best fire rate, and you don't have to get headshots. You just have to point and shoot, and you will most likely win in a straight up battle if you both shoot at each other at the same time.
I've seen
Which is hilarious because all I hear is shotgun, shotgun, shotgun.
Oh yeah, that's strong
Oh yeah,
as
but
well.
at least with a shotgun, you
can counter
I was
it.
Saying it's a bungee shotgun. You have to be close enough to kiss somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
Kill them.
If you're not close, you have to be right in their face for it to actually work. And if
And
you're
at that
not,
point, you might as well stab them anyway. 'Cause
But that's the PvP. How have you been enjoying the PvE sections?
I've just started farming strikes with randoms, and that's been different. No,
How
no,
many
no.
times have you died?
What in grand total?
No, roughly.
Feelers,
No, because I got a tablet in front of me, Pete. So therefore, all I've
Feelers
got to do is
dies
load
way
up.
too much, in my opinion. He said 9 times a strike. That's not
No, in one strike, it was 9 times.
Ooh. What level?
23.
22
that's not too
then?
bad.
24?
No, it's not. And it's usually a case of I'm dying, assisting, or killing. So
And are you dying because you're running up to things to punch them in the face like every other motherfucker I see?
Why do people
no,
try
I
and melee
only
in this game?
run up to things to punch them in the face when they're usually I can take them down with one stab, or if it's a finishing thing, rather than waste some of my precious limited hand cannon ammo.
Generally, if
So
it's...
running up to a major character with like that sliver of health, and you think, yeah, this time I'll kill him. You hit him, he hits you across the entire map.
No, that rarely happens actually, unless you were stupid enough to try to melee a boss.
Yeah.
I've seen
Which
that.
isn't smart.
No, I've seen people do that, and I've
So
shouted
many
at them
times.
so much.
I'm
Just
gonna melee
watching the
the
videos,
tank.
you know that all bosses
no,
have
no.
a AoE ground pound attack that will kill you instantly, no matter your level.
Yeah, I know that. You know that. They don't.
Which is unfortunate because one guy was trying to. We thought we'd gotten the attention of the boss, and unfortunately, one guy decided to rocket launch him from very close range. It was Fogoth the Untamed, who I will now call Fogoth the Unlovable.
Aw.
And this guy died right in the middle of the open courtyard that he shambles around in. So we're just like going.
Yeah, he was fucked.
I've forgotten how many of us have respawned. So fuck. It might have actually been twice.
You know that respawn thing doesn't actually...
I thought it was 3 respawns. and you
No,
go back to
we've
checkpoint.
done that so many times, and it's not actually done
So
it.
they've taken it out, or
I've never
No,
encountered
It was
it.
a thing before where it's 3 respawns and you're all back to the checkpoint.
No, is it 3 respawns per person?
It might be.
No,
No,
I don't know.
because I've never experienced it, and I guess you haven't
That's-
either, Pete.
I've never actually had to
it's team
respawn.
wipes. That's it.
It's the team wipes, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I've never had to respawn more than twice.
In the easy
You want to
strike...
know the worst thing though? Here's my personal experience of that particular strike, that particular map. I'll go out into that arena to fight,
Yep.
and I'm quite competent. And I'll melee things, and I'll take damage down on the boss, and I'll run around, and I'll scream like a bitch at every ass wizard and fucking knight on the map.
Can I be an
the two
ass wizard? That
randoms-
sounds cool.
Ass wizard.
The two
Ass
randoms
wizard,
will
yeah.
sit in that goddamn spawn room and fire at Fogoth under the belief that they're safe.
There's a thing that spawns in that room.
I know.
Yep.
I spawned in there when it was in there.
Did you get horribly fucked?
Yeah, it
It
kills
was
you.
an hour to do that map the first time. An
Really?
hour.
'Cause if you do
Really?
it Fogoth, you can do it in 6 minutes.
I know.
Oh,
Tell that to the randoms who insist on doing. This game has brilliant supers. The classes don't feel different enough, but the supers are hilarious. The Superman punch from the Titan.
No, the classes do feel different enough, actually. I feel
Yeah.
like the mechanics for each class are different enough.
Even just switching from Gunslinger to Blade Dancer, I felt a massive difference in the way I had to play because of the abilities that they were all given.
Yeah, like for me, for the Warlock, a Void Walker is more like Glass Cannon AoE damage dealer, and the Sun Singer is more tankier, concentrated damage.
Yeah.
Because you can chuck like 12 grenades in one go.
Whereas,
Yeah, you've got
I've-
some subtle differences to the specials, but overall they don't affect too much in terms of the gameplay of the characters. But some of the
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
does
they do.
change because you have some of the supers are ridiculous, like, for example, the Titan, I'm going to Superman at the floor special.
yeah. On the other hand,
'Cause
you
that's
also have,
hilarious.
the different classes have different
And what
base
does that
stats.
do then?
Yeah,
The guy jumps up into the air, points to the ground like Superman, and just Superman's down at the enemy.
Okay.
And then the enemy gets back up and punches him one and kills him in one shot.
No, the classes do have different base stats as well.
yep, and they have different base abilities.
And then you have their different focus trainings, which improve on the base stats further. My hunter character at the moment is pretty much maxed out agility and recovery, and very little in the way of health. So I'm
which
always
is pretty standard.
I'm always dashing around the edges of the enemies, taking out as many as I can with my knife and my big ass 6-shooter, then running back
And then
behind
you
a
die.
rock to recharge about 2 seconds later.
No, because you get hit once and you die.
But if we were to
No,
talk
I'm
about,
moving quick enough to not get hit that much.
if we were to talk about strikes, which are basically the dungeons of the game,
Yeah.
but in my eyes, they aren't even MMO dungeons. They are just too straightforward and simple. They are literally, okay, survive
They
horde
are the
mode.
missions.
Yeah, they are the missions, just a bit harder. And it's like, it would be nice, not, maybe they don't have to have mechanics, but I'd like to see them have mechanics that are different to, we kill the ads, kill the boss. But
Yeah,
maybe
I'd
if
like
the,
to see more from them rather than start wave mode, start the final encounter.
yeah,
I would like to see maybe more vehicles that you have to fight, although that fucking tank in the Cabal
The
mission
Goliath.
is trolling dick.
well,
He's easy. All you do is stay behind the cliff and take pot shots at his thrusters.
yeah, he's a
That's
Remember the
boy.
Titans who I keep talking about?
Yep, yeah, I know.
Falcon punch a tank. Falcon punch a tank. Oh, he's dead now.
But yeah, no, I feel like the strikes they can be improved, and I think hopefully
We
the
need more-
first DLC they will be.
We still need more different mission types, like the
Yeah.
Sword of Crota.
Well, I think that's probably going to come because that has spawned a huge amount of frenzy and the following melee rage lets everyone punch it in the face because we can.
I still love that because I'm a blade dancer at the moment. I just love turning on heroic or above for the extra enemies and just going my super go. All right, chums, let's do this.
And then you die.
Not as often as I'd think.
Not as often as you
Because
think,
you
but more
remember-
often than everyone else knows.
You remember Armored Core 4 laser blade dashing? You can essentially do that with the hunter and move faster than your sprint.
I know.
Although they've
The
now
hunters can be hilarious.
there's a hotfix
Yeah.
so they've tweaked it so the hunter can't constantly do it. He now has a 3-strike and then a cooldown.
Which makes sense because
Yeah.
that was getting silly. So moving up to the higher tiers, how much have you played of the higher experience? Not necessarily the raid, which we'll talk to, but the higher leveled challenges, the Nightfall strikes.
I haven't been. Well, I'm able to do the Nightfall strike because I'm level 27, so it's actually doable.
Yeah.
It's doable when you're 25, 26, to be honest, but it just takes a lot longer. But the weeklies are they're definitely just harder versions of the normal strikes because of the modifiers. But again, it just feels like, okay, this takes a little longer. It is kind of harder because some of the enemies are actually like the knights and wizards for the Moonstrike will fuck you up if you like stay near them for too long. It actually requires you to think a bit more, which I like. But again, it's just too straightforward. The Nightfall strikes or whatever, that looks like it's going to be a bitch because it's like 5 modifiers, and it's like, okay, so everything is
Including
going to be,
lights out.
yeah, everything's going to like fuck us up. Okay, I would like to attempt that actually this week and see how that goes.
Well, the Nightfalls
hang on,
apparently are
I've
quite
got
good
it.
because if you beat them, you get the experience buff that means you can then get your rep and everything up for the. Because that's the other thing on this. You are looking at doing a lot of
Weapon grinding.
these missions to get reputation, to get you access at the stuff you can buy,
Yeah.
not loot drops. Buy.
Well, buying is more reliable, obviously, but to get the higher end stuff, like exotics and stuff, you
You're
need
forced
to
to
actually...
grind if you actually want any of the higher end gear.
Yeah.
Well, the exotics. Turn in enough bounties in a week, and you'll be given an exotic bounty.
Actually,
And I've heard a lot about people running those because they're quite good, from what I hear.
yeah, exotic weapons are good. There's a reason you can only have one weapon and one armor for exotics, is they're super powerful.
And they have, gameplay changing mechanics built into them usually.
Yeah, like,
Well,
your
some of them. Yeah.
ability
Like,
for the Titan head for the Zer
Is it an
sold.
exotic or legendary? The
It's an exotic.
Sirio Vu, or whatever it is, the hand cannon.
It's probably exotic.
It's one of the three major ones, along with the Thorn and
Probably exotic.
Thorn, Moon, Wing, and then all the other trash.
But-
the Sirio Vu one is basically insta headshots.
But like, I know for the fact that the Titan armor with the helmet that was being sold for strange coins recently, one of the abilities is it adds 2 of your skills that you can choose in your skill tree to your super, which means that you don't have to choose them. You can choose other things and have basically 2 sets of dumb things onto your super.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's how the thing. I've got the gauntlets for the warlock that extend the duration of the solar grenade, which doesn't sound that good. But when you consider that if you use your ult, you can throw 6 to 12 grenades. Yeah.
Yeah. In PvP, that's silly numbers.
Yeah.
You
Oh
get a
yeah.
grenade, and you get a grenade.
And the irritating thing about exotics and stuff is like, even though they normalize everything, like
They don't normalize
they-
some of the stats.
they don't normalize the unique modifiers to weapons. So carry more
Some.
ammo, blah blah blah. No, they don't. They don't do any of it. Reloading
The
faster.
reload for ammo stuff, if you just don't shoot, that I don't think works.
Well,
That's
they
why I
probably
usually
should.
skip that stuff and just go for the increased melee speed ones. Cause
But there is stuff like the exotic weapons passives do work as well, and that's ridiculous because I've been killed by Thorn as well because it like explodes or something after you shoot it or some shit
yeah,
like that.
that's the. I'm trying to
Dot
remember. Is it
damage,
Future
yeah.
War Cult or is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you bastard! Oh, for fuck's sake!
I want the either the Last Word or the Vanguard Legendary Pistol.
Last word.
Is that the Last Word for the Vanguard?
No,
it's
you
got
just
that
want the last word.
Stephen King Dark Tower reference on it, and that's why I want it.
Yeah, you just want the last word.
Uh,
But speaking of the PvP,
which I haven't really touched. I'm not a PvP person, which is where.
how have you found it? Because there's been a lot of talk about issues with it. I've played some, and my only concern is that they don't really matchmake balance. It is just everyone.
Well,
thrown
matchmaking
together.
balance isn't an issue really because the stats for the guns are like normalized, so they have like but imagine it's like Halo, yeah, where every gun has a certain stats. Like your actual stats for the gun don't matter because they're changed. The
Yeah,
only
same
problem-
damage, and you have the same health.
Yeah. The only problem, well, no, you don't have the same health because you have your own like class modifiers.
Yeah.
The
To
only
a degree, apparently they put it at all. You all have about 200 health.
the only problem is the modifiers that we spoke of for your weapons and armor do still come into effect. So
Yeah,
somebody
like
who is
explosive rounds.
so somebody who is like levels 20 and above will have an edge, maybe not like the biggest edge, but they'll definitely have an advantage over somebody who's in the lower levels, which kind of sucks. And you also have the fact that fuck auto rifles, fuck fusion rifles.
Found for PvE, the auto rifles aren't good for a lot of enemies, except maybe the Vex.
No, the auto rifles aren't that good, but like for PvP, where it's like I point and shoot to the sky, and in the Destiny PvP is very much a case of if you have the initiative. It's like a lot of PvP where if you have the initiative, you have the upper hand. But Destiny is so much that it's like you have the initiative. If the guy isn't out of your sight within a second, he's dead.
Yeah. Because I've been watching some of it, and it's like blink being used and zoning a lot, and various conversations over auto rifles and shotguns, and lots of people saying hunter, go with the hunter, and I sit there and go, he charges towards me for a full second whilst I have a shotgun out.
Oh, Blink Strike is actually fucking... You know, that pisses me off as well. Both Titans and Hunters have an ability that lets them kill somebody in one hit, essentially. while they're charging. Warlocks don't have that. Like the Titan has a shoulder barge, which like getting hit by that will kill you. Which really was like, oh.
It's even worse.
That's alright. It's just blink straight up, turn around, shoot me in the back.
You can add invisibility strike, visibility straight after doing blink strike as well.
Yeah, and blink strike.
Which is how I usually melee mages when I'm in PvE, because it's like, hey, that's a big fucker. One blink strike takes out his shield. I'm then invisible. If I jump away, he loses track of me.
Yep.
That sounds so much like Felix. I hit you, I run away. I hit you, I run away. I hit you, I run away.
Like, I've been everywhere in the shadows.
In the shadows.
Just don't play the higher levels, because stealth enemies can see you.
Yeah.
Stealth enemies can see you.
Yeah, stealth enemies can see you when stealthed.
Yeah, well, stealth
yeah.
isn't that strong.
But then all I do is stealth enemies don't have much. Well, none of the enemies don't have much in the way of AI. That's why the higher difficulties are just more enemies. So they will stand in place and shoot at you, and not really move much if they're still shooting when you look right at them. There are some enemies that will just dart around a corner, but it's always like a predetermined area that they'll run to if they see you aiming at them.
Anything with a shield generally is a lot smarter. The knights are a lot smarter as well, except for the ones with the swords where they will literally just try and charge at you.
Yeah, at which point it's just blink strike shotgun. And they're dead.
And then play against the Cabal, where they have the guys with the shields and the guys with the shields.
I'm a hand cannon guy. I shoot them in the gun hand, then I pop them in the head with 2 other quick rounds.
Yep, if you're good.
He is a quick shot.
I've actually gotten around to getting quite a few precision kills from the hip, because I can't stand just staying in iron sights all day, every day. So I've just gone for weapons where I can reliably just quick shoot if I need to.
Right, so wrapping up then with the raid, because this is the first of the big raid content, and this is the first thing that got unlocked for a lot of people. So, Alex.
Yes. Why are you asking me?
Because you played it.
Oh, have I?
Yeah, remember?
Yes, I know.
I was sitting there going, hey, you can totally take that overpowered harpy.
Yeah.
The Gorgon.
Yes.
The raid I liked. It's a lot harder than the strikes. It actually introduces mechanics that need to be used, like the relic debuffs. You have to debuff yourself and your allies, otherwise you die, or other bad shit happens. You have to coordinate as a team, which doesn't really happen in strikes. You can just sort of do your own thing in a strike and you'll be fine. Whereas in this one, it's basically like you have to say to each other, okay, look, you two team, defend these points, or act in these areas. You have to let each other know what happens most of the time during the boss fights, because it's that important. The first boss fight of the two isn't actually that hard. It's the Templar, who is more or less very straightforward compared to the last boss, who is a fucking piece of shit. Simply because he's super tanky, and you require so much precise communication between both you and the party, because there's two bits where one party is in the present, one party is in the past, and you have to communicate, and the party in the past have to be really good and on point.
Boss.
Huh?
Is he a Vex boss?
Yes.
He is a Vex boss.
So you have to pretty much sort of work as if you were a real army platoon.
Yes.
Wow.
Kind of, yeah.
Which is essentially like most MMOs, they do that. The communication required. I mean, it's only 6 of you. It's not like a raid, which is 10. It requires even more communication. This is like easy compared to an MMO. But it's like, these players don't seem to have the knowledge of, oh, whoa, well, shit.
FPS players, that's why.
Yeah, I know. It's like, wait, what's it? We have to use a shield or something? Why? It's like, this guy had the relic, and I was like, all he was doing was cleansing. At least he understood that mechanic, right? I was like, okay, you need to super the boss. It's been like 2 minutes, and like it's like, just super the fucking boss. Why can't you super the boss? And then the boss ended up enraging, and it's like, oh, you. But yeah,
I like the mechanics that are in that, because it does give a challenge for those people who want to coordinate.
This is definitely a challenge.
You start off with having to be in 3 teams of 2 to get in. You then have to be in multiple teams to defend these turrets and things. And the last boss, you have to be in teams of 3 to deal with triggers and the boss and getting in and out.
And the buff.
It's all the mechanics that you learn through the raid that gets to the last fight, where you literally use all of the mechanics in the raid in the last boss.
Yeah. And that's quite
Which I
nice.
think is
They actually did like teach you as you did the raid, and Bungie did say that they intended the raid, because obviously it's like a normal raid where your progress is saved during the week and then the raid resets, which is like good. The only problem I have is that because these players have never been introduced, like most of these players, let's say 80% of Destiny players have never ever been introduced to these concepts before, and it's like,
So I'm guessing they're mainly Halo players then.
yeah, they're basically.
To a degree, I mean, I've seen the community on the main forums, and whilst there are bunches of Halo players and other stuff, there's also a huge number of COD players. There are some people who do know how to MMO, but a lot of them are the ones that will sit there and go, but we know how to farm. And it's like, I know how to farm, but I'm not going to go into a freaking raid.
It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, they just don't understand, and it's not the fault of the game, it's the fault of the players who have never experienced this before. But you got people like me and the people I'm intending to play with actually understand raid mechanics, because we raided in MMOs before, as I'm sure you have, Pete.
I never managed to get to the raids. That always pissed me off because I never had the time commitment to get that far.
Oh.
I'd say it's partially the fault of the game. These sort of extra mechanics.
This is the argument.
Shit.
Let's wrap this up with that argument. A lot of people.
Pete, shush.
Penis.
I was saying, most of the mechanics are saying that do
A lot
the
of
raid
people-
boss thing are things that should have been in the campaign as well. Extra little shit apart from go here, deploy Dinklebot, shoot Horde.
Yeah, the strikes.
The
They should have
game
had some
itself
sort of
should have
mechanics
been-
in the strikes.
Yeah, it should have been teaching you how to do this shit as it goes along.
Like that's
The game story assumes that you're part of a strike team anyway. And since it's always online, they could always have, to do the story mission, be warned, you will have to do a bit of matchmaking or have your entire team ready. Because we're about to introduce some shit which will blow your mind. That's as far as I'm saying with the game's fault.
yeah.
To wrap it up, a lot of people have been on both sides of the fence on this, and a lot of people have been haranguing into the game. I've read through a lot of the forums, and a lot of the people who are haranguing into the game have done exactly the same thing for Halo 4, Halo 3, ODST, Halo 2. They've done the same thing on previous CODs. Many of the commenters on the forums have done this over and over again because it's not the X game -1. And a lot of people sit there and just go, oh, well, if you like the game, then you've clearly bought into the hype. And it's like, I agree the hype train was way too much.
Yeah, it was overhyped. I mean, this game is definitely overhyped for what it is now.
But we were the ones hyping it. Bungie did some, Activision did some, but I don't honestly see that they sat there and went, it's going to be the moon on a stick.
I know, we say some, about half of their 500 mil budget was the advertising, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
They also showed off a lot of stuff that was not in the
Story
game.
elements that were not
Not
then
yet.
seen in the game.
Yeah. No.
Yet.
Like literally
Like,
have not
the
been in the
first
game.
time you meet the Queen's brother in the gameplay trailers was in Old Russia, where he
Yeah.
puts a gun to your head.
Now he just appears as like exposition for TLC.
Yeah, I love how you got the loading screen for the loading screen to get to the roof to see a cutscene, the loading screen for the loading screen to go back to orbit, then your next loading screen for the loading screen to go back to fucking Venus.
Yeah, the loading screens take way too long in this game.
There is a lot of loading. Yeah, there is a lot of loading. But to be honest, I'm enjoying playing this. I'm enjoying reading the stories that people come out of this from the public events, the strikes, doing the raids. I'm enjoying watching people going into a strike on a live stream to demonstrate what's going on, and for the strike to finish because they get to the final boss and the other two people have already done it. I saw that and I laughed because it was the quickest strike ever. Absolute great fun. But I will see how this pans out, because I know I'm going to get distracted in October when Borderlands and Pre-Sequel finally is out.
Did you watch the 10-minute introductory trailer?
It's on my watch later list.
Basically, it's hype all these features, which are already in the game that we're releasing now.
Which pretty much is Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't completed Borderlands 2 yet.
So many times completed it.
No, I haven't even done it once yet.
So that's it, I think, then for Done and Dusted, where we've kind of just hammered through Destiny a bit more.
Yep.
Just a quick then, do you like the game, Alex?
It's enjoyable enough that I'm not going to drop it, seeing as I've already put so much time in that I'm at the raids. What is going to happen is I'll probably try and reach complete and utter total cap as soon as possible. Maybe do the hard mode of the raid, and then just wait till DLC happens, and then do that raid. And then
Would you recommend it?
If you want a first-person shooter and cannot wait until next year for one that's on a next-gen console, you should buy Destiny. Otherwise,
either way,
it's enjoyable enough. Just don't. It's not what you're going to expect it to be.
Your tone sort of suggests if you'd like if you want an FPS shooter, the only option you've got is Destiny.
Well, pretty much.
Well, Call of Duty's coming out, so there's going to be a bunch of people in November that's going to go for that anyway. Felis, did you enjoy playing this?
I enjoyed parts of this. I enjoyed the promise of some bits that never quite appeared. If they get their act together in the next couple of months, without making us pay for some of this extra shit, I would say I'd stick with this game for a little while, but otherwise, it's going to get stale really quickly.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as you've spent, what, 400 odd quid on a console and a game.
No, I just paid the price for the base PS4. It's the Destiny deal thing. You pay your $350 for a brand new PS4, you get Destiny with it. I think I got the last one in Southampton, just by the websites I had to go through, by the way, to find out where, if anywhere, was in stock.
Would you recommend this?
I'd recommend it for a little while at least, just to see what it's about. You might get better things. If you like the PvP, Alex has been liking the PvP.
PvP is alright.
Yeah.
I like PvE stuff though, but
No, I
PvP
prefer
is
PvE. PvE is fun with the right people and situations.
PvP is full of a lot of people that are trying to play like Call of Duty, Battlefield PvP. They seem to not understand like a Halo / Bungie game.
Most of the people Most
The
of the
jump
people I played
function
with
for a
have actually
start.
been the people that sort of pay attention to what's going around, and even if we're not talking, everybody's sort of on track.
I like
Except for that one guy, like I said, who just sat down at the beginning of a mission.
I like the 3v3 PvP. That's really fun, because when I play with my friends, it's so coordinated that we win 95% of our games.
They were dominating the other team. They're going, why are they so weak? It's like, oh yeah, we can talk to each other.
Yeah, that was literally it.
Teamwork.
Simple communication destroys people in that for some reason. And the only time you have trouble is when you come up against a bunch of people who two of them might have a mic. But that's been so rare. Like I said, 95% win rate on 3v3 with a complete team.
This is why a lot of people are bitching about the mics, but you won't find that often in shooters. For me,
yeah, you will.
have you played Call of Duty?
Yeah, quite a few Call of Duties. If you're put on a team with people, you actually have microphone with them.
Yes.
On your team by default.
Yeah, but you do have that in Destiny as well.
Oh, they find it in multiplayer.
It's always been like that. I don't know why you think it hasn't.
There are quite a few people saying, can't seem to talk to anybody on my team.
They probably don't have microphones in. A lot of people. Don't forget, a lot of first-person shooter players just don't like.
It's a first-person shooter. The first thing you do is mute all the mics.
To talk to their friends as they play.
Not to coordinate, just to talk to their friends.
It might have said it so that if you're in a fire team, you can only speak with people in your fire team. Which is just Bungie being like, yeah. But you have the option to mute people, so you can definitely hear them.
That's pretty much it then for Destiny. We'll probably come back to it as and when anything new comes out. Now we have Doctor Who.
I didn't watch it.
I haven't been bothered to watch it since the first episode, really. I was kind of...
Felis is a hater.
I did manage to catch episode 5. TK Hedgie?
TK's not in the room.
saw it.
Oh, he is.
Saw what?
Doctor Who.
Yes, I did. I was very impressed with it.
It was okay.
It was much better than the travesty that was last week.
That was the Sherwood Forest, wasn't it?
No,
that was the
Listen.
That was Listen, which promised so much and then just turned it into a freaking godforsaken fairy story.
Actually,
bloody awful.
A good story, but then we all know Hedgie has bad taste, so we'll just ignore that.
The story started out fantastically last week, and then just the end was just bleh.
Because we didn't really get to talk about Doctor Who last week much, did we?
Yes.
Can't introduce a new character without seeing them as a child at some point in the series.
Yes. But there's a possible thing that may be lurking under your bed, and it turns out it's just the idea that the Time Lord doesn't like the dark. But then there's something outside this planet, but in fact it's just the fact that the Time Lord doesn't like the dark, even though there's something actually out there.
Yeah, that annoyed me.
Even though we show something not quite human,
Yes.
but we're not going to reference anything.
Yeah. But apparently it's nothing because the Time Lord doesn't like the dark, even though there's something underneath that sheet.
It's not nothing because it obviously isn't nothing. But basically, like Clara is saying, just let it be.
But it's just, no, you've given us, you've tainted, you've whetted our appetite with something, and now you're going, no, you can't have that. Sorry, it's like, no.
Like, now, we'll reveal what it was in a later episode because I'm Stephen Moffat and that's what I fucking do.
We just gazed into the abyss and expected it to, throw a cigarette in our eye and come after us. Not sort of go, oh, stop.
Yes. Whereas this week's episode actually had a beginning, a middle, and a satisfactory end. And it was like, thank God. Yes.
I will agree with that. I will agree that this was actually a rounded episode that had a proper arc.
And it was interesting as well.
There was some interesting stuff, because the basic premise is they get brought together with a couple of random people to do a bank job on a planet.
And a bank that cannot be robbed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they do a good setup, because they set up with the idea of having this bizarre architect person who's got them all together and starts leaving things for them to do as they go through the bank. And there's some interesting interplay between the characters. I will say Clara is being a proper character, as TK's constantly brought out.
Excuse me. Yeah, instead of
and
just a stupid plot point.
Capaldi is doing a good job.
He is.
With the Doctor at times.
He's gone back to the sort of the traditional style Doctor rather than the modern style.
I still like the line, she's my carer. She cares, so I don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, there are moments when he goes back to that, and then he hits the crazy train every now and again, which I think he really needs to settle on being the Doctor that does have difficulty dealing with that kind of shit.
Because I quite like his branches into crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're not too overbearing, they're reasonably short, but they still show that he is old and pissed off about a lot of things and is a little bit imbalanced. And it just adds an interesting dynamic to the character. Unlike Clara, who just seems to be, oh yeah, I'm basically Jane Doe, I'm perfect in every way, I'm going to be the Doctor's foil when the plot demands it, and I'm going to be a plot point when I can't be a character. Grr.
I still think it's the writing that are writing him as like a Matt Smith Doctor rather than the Peter Capaldi Doctor.
Well, they've not settled. That's my annoyance. They really need to try and settle proper on what the current Doctor is.
Yeah, but whatever they throw at him, Capaldi does it with style.
He does, yes. And this episode, I really enjoyed this one. This one kept my attention a lot.
This one annoyed me because it's like, you've got this grand setup there, robbing the bank. Brilliant.
Yes.
The Doctor seems to know just about almost everything. Occasionally he'll wait for a thing to happen. But they can't remember anything because of the memory wipe they've had. And then they start talking about everything and about, oh, well, the architect obviously left this here. And I went, oh, great, the architect's the Doctor.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, they've revealed that entirely too early.
Well, no, you just worked it out. They didn't leave it there. You just somehow worked it out.
Well, the trouble is, it's the fact they kept on saying, well, how did the person get in to leave this stuff? Well, clearly he's broken into the bank that he's now making us to break into. And I'm sat there thinking, but the Doctor could do it, the TARDIS, any other time.
Yeah, but so could Bill and Ted.
Wow.
Excellent.
So could Doc Brown.
The time travel reveal. It was time travel, so I sat there and went, yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's like Bill and Ted did this in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
How do you know? Maybe it was Obama and his magical time machine.
But the fact was, it worked though. The whole thing worked well. It actually flowed together. There was no real serious problem. It satisfied at the end. That was the good thing.
If it's Moffat doing a very small, self-contained story, he can usually toss it very well.
Well, it wasn't Moffat. It was kind of.
It was him and another guy.
Yeah.
But the fact that it had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It actually finished. It was like, thank God, we've actually got a conclusion, as opposed to last week, which is open-ended.
Too many questions.
Yes. Last week was
like last week. Did they go to Gallifrey to see the young Doctor? But Gallifrey's time locked, so how do they get there?
They get in there, yeah.
Like I said to TK last week, if Gallifrey is if you can get to a point where Gallifrey's not time locked, why isn't the entire planet freaking the fuck out about the Trenzalore transmission, which is being broadcast to every single point in space and time simultaneously?
I thought that the planet wasn't time locked after what happened recently.
No, that's what time locked it.
Yes.
It wasn't previously time locked. It was destroyed.
The 50th episode showed it, where John Hurt's War Doctor actually used the other two doctors to create the time lock.
Oh, was that what it was?
That was the solution to the
that
problem.
was the solution to the problem. Instead of blowing up Gallifrey, why not just hide it?
It's more like it's set outside of time and space.
But yeah, this
like
week's episode,
the wormhole things in Babylon 5.
But this week's episode, had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It had a conclusion, which means that we could go, thank goodness, it's actually got a conclusion. But yeah, I liked it.
Also, you have to remember that the TARDIS has gone to alternative dimensions before, so...
Yeah, but this is outside of all time space. Is where Gallifrey is.
And
TK, did you like the episode,
with Clara,
Deeks?
the impossible girl, controlling the TARDIS.
Teeks, did you like the episode?
Impossible girl, doing something like that.
Which
Possibly
episode?
trying to...
The new one.
Yes, the new one.
It was okay. It had a lot of cliches in it.
Yep.
It's like you could obviously
Wait.
tell everything they were kind
Cliches or
of referencing.
tropes? There's a difference.
No, cliches this time. Yeah, there weren't so many tropes. I mean, tropes like the black guy dies first, that was definitely there, but there was like...
Remember, not all tropes are bad.
Except it wasn't a black
Most
guy, it was a black
cliches
girl.
are.
But she didn't die.
No one died, which was the thing. It's like, oh, look, this was a transporter. Okay, bit of Deus Ex Machina there. Oh, look, there's going to be a sun thing which is going to foil your plan. Oh, look, another bit of Deus Ex Machina here. And it's like, okay, well, all these interestingly convenient ways to solve problems or to create new problems to solve other problems. It's like, from previously unexplained things. It's like...
That is how the Doctor solves most things, through his Deus Ex Machina.
Yes.
It's actually one of the lesser-known traits of a Time Lord.
Just randomly generated Deus Ex Machina.
Yes.
And
But
it's
then,
like, all
you
these
know...
things combined together, and it's just like irritating. It's like, yeah, this is thrush. It's not going to ruin your day, but it is kind of irritating.
Ooh, suddenly our resolution has suddenly gone up on the screen.
Has it?
Yeah.
Has it?
Suddenly the brightness has gone, woo, right up.
Oh, I didn't realise.
No, it's about the same to me.
No, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's just Hedgie's eyes. That's
Might have been
suddenly
if
started
you
working.
were just looking at TK, weren't you?
No.
No? Because that go. If you're just looking at TK and into history, and then you're looking back at the TV, you're like, oh wow.
Light. What the fuck is that?
I will say that this is a good episode for the current series. It's certainly self-contained because we've not had any of that stupid, ridiculous. What was it? Woman in the garden of
Yep. Oh,
I'm
the
doctor's
heaven.
boyfriend,
Evil Nanny
girlfriend.
McPhee. What was it she introduced herself as in the last time I watched? Missy.
Yeah,
That was
something
it,
like
wasn't
that,
it?
yes. Yes. Yes, welcome to heaven. Yes. It's like,
Yeah, which,
Found the
which
promised
was annoying.
land.
And I mean, there's some development of the characters here, but
Welcome to Tahiti.
know.
The magical place.
we now have next week the episode in the school
Yay.
with the bizarre Mass Effect head mishmash
Who's
robot.
ringing?
Oh, Saren.
Yeah. It looks bad.
I might catch up on Doctor Who at some point, but at the moment I've got other stuff I can watch.
Apparently, in the
It's okay.
preview, they were playing Matt Smith's theme. So, maybe they might be just recycling
Twangity
music.
twang, twangity twang,
Or that might be
twangity
relevant.
twang, 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 twang.
No, I mean, it's like
So-
his Doctor theme, not the
Oh.
opening titles theme.
So
They changed the
they're
opening theme for everybody as well, so.
basically the freaking, like, why won't they just leave Matt Smith alone?
Fangirls.
Smith alone!
Fangirls.
I'm just watching the stream, and Hedgie has completely obscured Felis with the door. I know he's closed it now, so.
And
I-
now his butt.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Doctor have at least one season without introducing other Doctors, but we've already had that because fucking Max Smith was in the first episode. Just let him be his own Doctor for now.
Well, that was just a blatant kind of, please, fans, don't hate this new Doctor because he's old. Please.
Yeah.
And the American viewership dropped.
Probably.
Well, this is episode 5. So how many have we got left now?
6,
But
7,
there's
isn't it?
6, yeah. Actually, I think it's 13 this series.
Ah, yeah.
So,
Potentially 7.
yeah.
8. Yeah.
The sum.
Some.
Yeah.
Some
Sum's a
episodes left.
Someone's a
There's some left.
We have Sulfur X.
Yeah. So there's,
Yeah, well,
there's still room.
it's a rounded episode, but I just don't know. I mean, are we actually going to see any progress? Are we going to see more individual episodes? Are we actually going to have a...
I like the individual episodes. I like it when they're not forwarding the arc.
Not unless Russell T Davis comes back.
But this episode annoys me because the big reveal was too predictable.
Yeah.
Most of the characters, you've got your one special trait, and it's going to be useful once. Oh, look, that's good. It's basically like every level in a video game ever. We'll introduce a new mechanic. We'll use it for this level. We'll never use this mechanic again.
Hey,
like,
we just introduced the bow and arrow. The boss has a giant eye.
yeah.
Hello, Zelda.
Hello, Zelda. Just killed this giant eye for you. Love me.
She still won't put out.
Ooh.
Princess Peach is a whore, though, so she'll put out.
Yeah, I caught up with that as well.
No, she's actually gay. That's why she keeps on running away to Bowser, because it's like, look, this fucking fat plumber keeps coming on to me.
No, she's just
following me home.
Have you
She's just
seen
a
the game
stereotypical
theorist
woman that
stuff?
likes the bad boys or thinks
Nope.
she likes the bad boys.
Game theorists cracked this one.
That's true, they did.
Have you seen the game theorist stuff?
Yes.
Ah, Luigi.
Yes.
It's like, wait, what? So Princess Peach is actually boning the brother.
Yep.
It's me, Mario. Why you fucking my brother?
You think it's a you, Mario. It is not you.
Actually, stuff commented to have been cut by the creator of the goddamn game. as well.
Luigi. Wait, Luigi?
Oh man, that was hilarious watching the last of that.
That was
two-parter.
brilliant.
It was
It was
like,
brilliant.
what the fuck?
It was awesome.
Where Shield comes back this week.
Was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Marvel.
Yes.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And the strain is still going on, which
Hedge.
is getting
Yes.
even better.
Head.
Yes.
I may be, during this episode of TigerTails Radio tonight, obtaining the final episodes of the Turtles.
Ah. You may be or you are?
Okay, I am.
You are, right?
That would explain streaming issues.
No, because I've turned upstream off, so there's no streaming issues
I
to be
mean, I
had.
could grab that episode of the strain right now then.
Huh?
Because I sort of like loaded up the torrent and then put it on pause straight away.
No. You can wait until after the show. Which is going to be coming shortly. So,
Yeah, we've
have
pretty much
everyone again.
waffled on quite substantially
We have.
about a few
well,
topics.
in all
Not
fairness, we've still got
substantially.
3 minutes left to do a 2-hour show because we did start late due
That's
to
true,
you
that's
being
true,
a
yeah,
dick.
yeah.
So,
Well,
Yes.
let's look forward because we're now in the winter quarter.
Well, actually,
Let's
we're in
look forward to
autumn.
what we're looking
Autumn at the
forward to
moment.
for the
Uh,
winter quarter.
the winter quarter hedge. As in, the winter time for like releasing shit.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
As in,
so we're
nothing will happen
talking
for another month and then
October-
it'll come at once.
To November,
Well,
December.
We've got Super Smash Brothers coming for Wii and DS. That's what's coming up soon.
Do you know that kind of demo release
Yeah.
thing kind of annoyed me? It's like, because it really showed who were the rabid Nintendo fanboys. Because there was a case of, oh yeah,
weird
Nintendo,
at last.
Nintendo were doing crap, rada, 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 rada. Oh my god, there's a demo. Oh my god, then I must have it. My life is not complete. Oh my god, I will kill myself if I do not have this demo. Give me the demo, give me the demo. It's like, you fucking cretin. It's a
They are like
demo.
the have a rabbit kid.
It's a fucking
Because
demo.
it wasn't freely available, so people were like, I must get a code.
Oh, the suck cock full code. Oh my god. It's like, get a grip.
Oh, yeah.
The demo will probably become public soon, and then the game will be released, and then you can break your 3DS or 2DS then. Jeez, people, get a grip. It's a fucking video game. And even then,
And-
it's a demo of a video game.
We have the Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty coming out.
Everything else has been pushed back to next year.
Yeah, because there's no competing with that. Sadly.
Every
Aw.
year, though, every year they initially announce the same month,
Yeah, that's the same
and we
fucking
see
game.
it every year.
I think even the Guardians of the Galaxy DVD has been pushed back an extra couple of weeks just so we can do the Christmas sales.
Yep.
I pre-ordered.
Well, that
I
makes
pre-ordered
sense.
that as well.
Because
Blue-
that should have hit DVD
Are they
sometime
releasing
in
that?
November.
Are they releasing Guardians of the Galaxy in 3D Blu-ray?
Yes.
Yes, I have pre-ordered it already.
The 3D Blu-ray.
Yes.
Yes.
Good boy. So, we are getting a 3D Teddy at some point.
We will do it
Because
at some
very
point.
slowly we are amassing 3D Blu-rays.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, God.
Mainly because you get the 2D with the 3D anyway.
exactly. So
Oh,
you're
in
not.
that case, I'll just borrow
Yes.
the TD.
You're not
Blu-ray off
missing
you
out, really.
guys,
Yeah.
And then watch it on my 9-inch screen.
You see, it's the triple pack I like, where you get the 3D Blu-ray, the 2D Blu-ray, and then the 2D DVD as well.
Yes, as a download code.
Yeah. So
It's like,
everyone's happy.
Hmm.
I need more Disney 3D. I'm still
And we
impressed.
have what? Dragon Age Inquisition?
November.
I
yeah.
can't believe it's not Skyrim.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
All of the screenshots they've been putting out just look more and more like Skyrim screenshots. Especially the promotional one where they've shown all the multiplayer characters together, and it's like they're in a slightly grassy field. One's got like a shield with an eye on it, Inquisition sign. And it sort of like fades back into snowy mountains and wasteland behind. And I was like, that does look like a screenshot taken from just outside Windhelm. It does.
Oh god.
It's
So,
still-
like,
it's-
run, not Windhelm.
It's going to be good, mainly because they are aiming for a more Dragon Age 1, Dragon Age Origins like
Dragon Age.
story and gameplay. They've brought back the top-down view, which is like awesome, and they've said that it's going to be on consoles as well, which it wasn't originally. Now I can do my top-down Baldur's Gate style strategy.
You okay there?
Yeah, he is.
Do you know you could have just grabbed a bard's tail? for
How are
your
we doing for
tablet?
time?
Nah, we got some.
So what else is there what else is left for the Christmas run-up? Because
Not a lot.
next gen, I don't think there's a huge amount at all.
No, there's a handful of PS4 releases coming out in the meantime.
And then we've got next year, which will be what nearly 2 years of next
February.
gen being out.
February will be the big month for most of the things coming out.
Yay! We'll have to see how things are because I think it's been really light on these next gens.
Well, the Gearbox MOBA shooter. I think that's coming out on PS4 as well.
Oh, Battleborn.
That looks actually quite nice. In terms of basically, these characters would basically be the stars of their own video game universes, and now they're here.
It's not Schrodinger's pizza.
I'm just waiting for our next-gen consoles to have the killer app. I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be Kingdom Hearts 3, and we're going to have to wait that long for it.
Well, we do have Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah, but that's coming on PS3.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, good point.
So,
And the Final Fantasy.
yeah, because 13 was so killer app. As I said to Alex, Final Fantasy 15, it's going to be... How did you start that, Alex? When did you say to start it?
What?
Remember when we got into the tirade about Final Fantasy before the show started? What kicked it off? You said something and I built on it.
Said something about how they all look the same.
Yeah, they'll all look the same on
androgynous
something. Yep,
characters.
all androgynous. And then I said one of the characters will probably get killed off inexplicably, and you won't
You
be
said
able
the
to
car
revive
will be killed off inexplicably because Felix was talking
them. Oh
about
yeah,
it
it's going to
being
be
a party
it's,
member.
It's going to be a road trip, and it's going to Carl's going to be a party member,
McQueen,
which will then they'll get killed off inexplicably, and you won't be able to revive them. And then you'll find that all your guys have suddenly forgotten everything because they use summoned, but it'll be okay because one of your chaps will have a tail. But that'll be fine. But then one of them will have a god-awful, hideous laugh for no apparent reason whatsoever. Parts of the game will
None of
be,
them are female, so no, they can't.
parts of them will be online only. Because that's a thing. Why not?
The
But-
guide
but
will be online only.
But it'll be fine because the actual game won't really get into anything until you've played at least 25 hours of it anyway.
and then the final boss is a giant space flea from nowhere.
Which one is Parsville be online only? Is that 12?
11.
11. 11 is online only.
11
Yeah.
was online only. It was
Yeah.
an MMORPG.
Yeah.
And then, if you remember,
And apparently
one of
pretty
the
good.
follow guides only referred to all the online only stuff.
Yeah, that was Final Fantasy 9.
What was it?
The
all
prima
of the
guide.
guide.
The prima guide
Yeah,
was
the-
like,
the-
if you want more information, visit our website.
Oh, yeah.
This was when trying to bilk as much money for guides and extra bits was a big thing.
And it was shit.
Silence.
It's like TK just wandered on out here.
Yeah, he's going to get the prime out.
What?
Mint condition.
Alex, can you not do that?
I can do whatever I want on this side of the studio. My dear Pete.
I will slap you the next time I see you.
You will not see me. You will never see me.
I think it's in there.
Are you going to be kicking around on Sunday?
Did you actually open it? I
So
can be.
this was
Yeah.
meant to be a sacrifice, right, TK?
Huh?
I can be around on Sunday. That's
Yeah,
fresh.
because I'll be coming down to see the guys anyway on
It's a
Sunday.
fresh
So
Final
I'll be able to
Fantasy.
see you then.
9.
Yeah.
It's fresh. It even smells fresh.
I think I was.
Tastes fresh.
If you open it up and just have a read through, and it's like, if you want more information, visit the website.
Oh, it's a piggyback guide.
Yeah, they were the ones who are doing the official guides in the UK. And
Yeah.
oh my God, I've lost my piggyback guide for Final Fantasy X. I'm well pissed off about that. And yeah, most of it's like, go to our website, get more information on our website, and it's like, oh for fuck's sake, guys, seriously.
I'm just going to read over his shoulder here.
So we've lost the 2 people on the main camera.
Yep, we lost Hedge because he's preparing pizza for dinner, which is awesome.
Ah.
So I think it must be time to say goodnight.
Yes.
Well, it's 10:20, so
Why not? Oh, Christ, it is as well. We've been broadcasting for 2 hours and 5 minutes. That shows you how much we fucked up at the beginning.
Well,
And crazy enough, people are still watching because people are crazy.
yeah.
one guy from the Ukraine.
Indeed.
We
yeah.
like you.
Yes, Mr. Whoever, Mr. or Mrs. Ukraine
We
viewer.
really do like you.
Yeah, it's like, how did you find us?
How did we find ourselves?
Internet.
Is a very
And also,
important
how did you
question.
find us?
No, seriously, because
Internet.
No, I mean,
'Cause these
how did
guys-
they find us?
Yeah, because these guys don't do advertising at all, no matter how much I tell them
No.
how important advertising is.
oh yeah, because you really help contribute to that.
You don't give me access to that stuff.
Yes. Did we not?
Okay.
No.
Fair points.
I thought we did.
No. So fuck you. I win.
I can only apologise for that. Then bear with me a
Oh,
moment.
my word.
Now I have
No, no, so he's not gonna give
responsibility.
you the powers. He can only apologise. TK, I can't get this back in without shredding it even further.
Then don't.
Oh.
So I think we need
Don't
to
give it
wrap
to
up.
me.
then,
No, I'll
Pete.
just give it to you so you can put it somewhere.
We need
We
to wrap
can
up
suggest
before
some places.
Olympic live on camera.
Yes, we do. This is PG-13 after all.
How the fuck do I
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the TigerTails Radio Goatsy Hour.
get... Now you can
Felix,
watch Hedgie stretch.
You volunteered.
Don't you wish you
I'm just narrating this shit.
didn't
And
tie
then
for
drinking.
that pool now?
Lots. What?
I said, don't you wish you didn't tie for that pole now? The 2 most famous people. Only fortunately, one of you is here.
Oh shit! Facebook wants me to re-enter my password.
Anyway, I believe this is a good point to leave.
TK, stop giving Alex power and be able to close up the show. And then give Alex power, maybe.
Do it after the show, TK. We need to say goodnight now.
Ah, okay. So it's a good night from the Hedgie.
Good night, everybody.
It's a good night from the Felis.
Good night.
It's a good night from the Xavier.
Good night.
It's a good night from the Angel Dog Song, who's now an admin on the TigerTails Radio Facebook page, and so therefore can start helping with the advertising.
Good night.
And it's a good night from myself, TK. Thank you very much for listening to this week's Shenanigan Fest. We will be back next week
Who
for
just blew a raspberry?
Pete, because he forgets I can mute him. So it's a good night from the rest of us.
But then he won't be part of the Voice of Legion.
Oh, that's true. Okay, he's back. Because I'm.
I'm 10.
Yes, we know. It's amazing they let you drive.
Put it this way: there's me driving, and Hedgie can drive as well.
Yeah, Hedgie's legally able to drive.
Of course I can drive. I'm legally allowed to. I have a pink driver's license.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's gay.
Yep. Anyway,
Yeah, well, we can't leave until I've managed to find the fucking closing jingle, so fuck you.
right.
Jesus. How many times do we do this?
There it is.
Every week in a year.
And then we have a hiatus for a couple of months so we can recharge our batteries. Which reminds me, I think the next season we're going to have to go without the PSPs because they're kind of arguing over who has the power cable. My white PSP can't survive a whole show now.
We have Vitas, TK.
Upgrades.
You did not think of this.
You're right. I didn't. I have now
Now he
thought of
has.
this.
Anyway,
That was a bad idea, Felix.
I believe that when TK has
fly?
found the jingle,
Yeah, I found our closing. The same closing we've been using since Series 1. So, this jingle's fucking like 10 years old as well now.
Can we change to
Crazy.
Mumbo number 5 next season?
How many shades of fuck off do you want delivered to your door?
I believe, TK, it is time to say...
It's time to say, night, night, everybody.
Night, night.